Farmland in 2 tracks on Thursday, November 21st at 10 a.m. at the Bloom Senior Center, 25 North Vine Street in
Crossover.
Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily. Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
I want to earn it. You can't just keep giving it to me. The crossover is powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair at everlevelconcrete.com.
What do you want, man?
I want to be pushed. You sounded like the dude there. What do you want?
What do you want, man?
This isn't Nam. We got rules, all right?
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Can we talk about
morning?
Can we talk about fast food restaurants?
Yes.
You see Wendy's is shuttering some of theirs?
Yeah, like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Feels like a lot.
Well, you know what? When the convenience of the fast food, when the price, but now the price at fast food restaurants for a burger, fries, and a drink is the same as a fast casual restaurant?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
What?
I'll pay $5 more and go to Applebee's, Chili's.
Yes.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a full meal at McDonald's is close to $11. A full meal at Chipotle, if you get a chicken bowl, is $12. If you get a steak bowl, it's $13.50.
It's amazing how not difficult it is to spend, like, if you're getting food for the family or something, like you could spend $50
Easily.
in a flash at a drive-through. I'm like, wait a minute. So my total is what? $47.98,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
There's 3 of us.
yes. I don't think that's why. I don't think that's right. Could you check that again?
We're at the
Could
point,
you run the numbers?
We're at the point of fast food where I never buy a drink. I never get a fast food drink.
Probably smart.
I go, I'm the cup of water guy.
Bring your own
or,
DCs.
Or I steal, drinks from my work or something.
BYODC.
Are you the water cup guy, but then you sneak the soda?
No, I don't sneak the soda,
Okay.
but at Chipotle,
Honorable.
the Minute Maid lemonade is right under the water spout. And so what I do is I get water and then I'll just tap the lemonade and so you get a hint of lemon in your water.
What? Just do the lemonade. Nobody cares.
I don't know. They're looking right at you. Bless you.
I think you're right. I think by the time they've given you the water cup,
Yeah, they're not
they've
going to
stopped
run
paying
after you.
attention to you.
I think
And they know what happens.
I think if you put full, like a dark soda into the water cup, they would be pretty pissed off. But if I just put if I put a light soda in there, maybe they wouldn't know.
They don't pay that 16-year-old behind the counter enough
Exactly.
to care about what's in your
Like
cup.
put yourself in their shoes, Matt. Are you jumping over the counter and saying no?
Yeah, I am.
No Coke.
I'm a hardo.
Yeah, you are. That makes sense.
I am a
Actually,
hardo.
yeah,
I would get annoyed by it,
you would get annoyed by it, but would you do anything about it?
I'd roll my eyes.
Exactly, you wouldn't do anything.
And you'd be like, I've done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
get it.
haven't. I've never put non-soda into a water cup.
Never?
Ever.
You never lived on the edge?
But I just told you I spritz a little lemonade into my cup so I get a little bit
The
of
next
lemon.
time, just spritz the whole damn cup.
Yeah,
Well,
just yeah.
It's funny though.
Fill it.
You talk
You
about
don't go into like Quick Trip and you're like, you know what? I gotta test to see if this soda is flat, and you drink like, I don't know, a quarter of it, and you're like, not flat. Let's fill it back up.
I do that. I taste test, I get because I drink Diet Coke, but sometimes I want a shot of cherry Coke, so I'll just, and then I'll take a shot of it and then I'll fill it up with Diet Coke. But no, I don't steal. I'm not Eddie Guerrero.
Jimmy asks on YouTube, "What's a hardo?"
Let's try hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody who takes, it's the guy who would walk out of middle school gym like drenched in sweat.
I would do that.
It was that guy.
That wasn't really much my choice. I wasn't doing anything. You're just sweaty in middle school.
Were you?
Full question: are you sweaty in middle
Were
school?
you just a sweaty kid?
Oh, it's terrible in middle school because you got the deodorant, the body odor
Yeah,
problem.
and nobody knew how to use deodorant or if to use deodorant.
There are still adults and even some in our industry that don't know how to use deodorant.
That is true.
So,
that is true. There are some smelly people out there.
there's some smelly people in the broadcast media. No, one of them. I
Hey,
already talked to you about.
I was gonna. You kind of smelled the other day.
Whoa.
I didn't say anything about it. You didn't smell like. You smelled like you had kind of just like played pickup hockey.
Was this last week?
It was either Monday or Tuesday this week. I think it was Monday. And I was gonna say something to you, but it just felt like it would have sent you into a different place.
No.
And I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this right now. But you did smell. I'm sorry.
Okay. So first off, this is a big deal.
Can you tell me why?
I was sitting in your chair, and I don't want
He
to.
was
I don't
nervous.
want to tell you why in the air.
All right, let me
'Cause
tell
I'll
you about this.
why in
Hey.
the air. That people are like, I know
Hey,
exactly
whoa.
why.
Well,
all right?
Whoa.
But
I know exactly.
so-
I know exactly why. It wasn't my pits.
No. What? You don't want to say why?
No, because then there are going to be jokes.
Okay.
Now there's already going to be jokes
Yeah,
about
now-
me being smelly.
He was
Okay.
ripping them.
All
All
so let me
right.
tell
I
you
shouldn't
about-
have said anything. I'm
All
sorry.
right, so let me tell you about this
Now,
place.
I was going to say last week, if you told me that I smelled last week, this actually did happen. And I think you kept your mouth shut about it too. So I told Gary, I hate smelling. I like trying to make sure that I'm a good smelling human. It's actually something I attempt to do.
I believe you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried a new deodorant last week and it just
Didn't take.
It didn't take. It failed.
We've been there.
failed.
Hey,
It-
we've all been
No,
It
there.
failed
Yep.
completely.
I've been Old Spice since eighth grade.
So I used the Gillette liquid, right? The nice little cool breeze one. And if you get the non-liquid, which is kind of just the chalkier paste, it's like cheaper. So I go, all right, I don't like, there's a deal. I was like, I don't mind, it's Gillette, it's the same thing. And we came in here, it was last Tuesday, and we got to like 8:00 and I smelled like a skunk. Like I did smell like it was
I
hot.
think it could have been that. It could have been that.
If it was this Monday, I was sitting in your seat on Monday.
Yeah.
And
and you know why. You know why. Because I don't smell you right now.
I was probably swamp assing it over there.
No, I don't think it was that. It wasn't farty. It was
Smelly.
Yeah.
I had taken a shower the night before.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I just
Okay,
we can move
I
on.
smell fine
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So by the way, 7 Brew, December 15th.
I heard
Oh, let's go.
I
heard.
So
180th of Maple
at
baby.
Abilene last Thursday, they had, so there's a couple of 7 Brews. There was one by our hotel, but they had a setup in the concourse and they were giving out their free energy drinks. I was so excited, but I found a new place. So we talked about 7 Brews coming here, Swig.
Mhm.
I found a new place. Look this up. HTO. So H and then T and then an O.
HTO.
Oh, that's how you
HTO.
spell HTO?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's coffee.
No, it's T.
Oh,
So they have-
HTEA.
They have
Oh,
all, so it's
Okay.
self-serve. It's like going to the yogurt shop
Oh.
where you can do your own bowl. You can self-serve because when Matt was talking about like
HTO.
little
It's a,
cups,
it's a Kansas City situation, it appears.
the first time I'd ever seen it was in Abilene. So,
Texas born and brewed. it
Okay, there you
says
go. There's a
on it.
couple in
Yeah.
Kansas City. That must be the
but they
nearest to
have
us.
all kinds of different flavors of tea,
Oh,
like
look at
like
this.
coconut
Wow.
tea, sweet tea,
Okay.
regular tea.
This
and
is
it-
incredible.
You just it's self-serve.
Ooh, sweet mint. Hello.
I'm not a
But they have-
I'm not a tea guy.
But they have the
Sweet
little cups
watermelon.
that they encourage you to sample. And I was like, oh, I could just stay all day in here.
Look at that.
This is
Can I just?
we need to
can we
get one of these
this?
here.
You guys want to open one together?
Josh, great news for you. There's one in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Independence, Missouri, 23rd and Lee Summit. Those are the closest two to us.
What about
HTO.
HTEAO.
Matt McHotbox, Matt McBody Odor,
I'm sorry.
Mud Butt, Matt McMuskie,
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Matt
I,
McFlatulence Gang.
I thought
Stand
you.
up.
Would, I thought
These are not clever.
I thought you would take it better. I'm sorry.
I did. I think I took it fine. I didn't yell it. I've screamed at you for worse. There was actually one crossover where I texted Josh and
Yeah,
I was
he-
like, I'm really sorry.
he
Like, I
apologized to
was-
me for like.
No, I got snappy at Josh. I don't really apologize for getting snappy at you.
That's
You know?
okay. Yeah. No apologies necessary.
You did apologize to me once for getting snappy. I like that we get snappy at each other. I didn't get snappy there though, but I mean, I just knew it was
Glad
coming.
you came in today, by the way.
Tough night last night. Tough night.
It was. Did
Yeah.
you listen to the postgame show?
I listened to the first 8 minutes.
What'd you think?
I thought it was great.
Thank you.
I think you do a great job.
I love Joey Colbert. Joey Colbert is awesome.
It really helps.
Show with. Oh
really
my
helps
God.
having him in there.
But then we had Rich call. We had a caller yesterday. Rich came in. Rich thinks there's a lack of leadership on the team.
Nice.
As if
it would make
Rich-
sense.
The regular super fan Rich.
I don't know.
Rich has also called him before to tell us that there was no
How does he
effort.
finish his call? Does he finish it with a signature?
No, there's no
Oh,
signature.
that's you're talking about Laughing Rick.
No.
Oh.
Whether Rich, who
Some of these names, man,
Well,
are awesome.
Rick
Well,
always calls it. He
Rick,
laughs at his own
my
jokes.
mom once asked me, she goes, "Do you have regulars to call in?" I go, "Nebrasketball Mike, Random Mike,
Mhm.
Old Man Doug,
Mhm.
Bloody Knuckles Vince."
Yep.
there's Brian, who's a part of the
Out of breath Brian.
the Duke's Mayo Bowl committee.
Oh no, that's that guy. That's
Yeah.
Charlotte Bryan.
Yeah,
But he's
not hike them off
Okay,
sides, Brian.
hold on.
That's a different.
Before we, because Rich is a huge Creighton fan,
Yeah.
who's been calling the shows I've been on well before I was here. I didn't know if he was him.
Probably. It probably
Please
was.
tell me that you took my advice, and that guy did not call in Saturday night.
He did not, but
Thank
it's
you.
not as if I.
So have we gotten
stopped
rid
it.
of the Michigan State guy and the Duke's Mayo?
The Michigan State guy? Nebraska beat Michigan State, and he has not called since then.
Well, because when we had that,
That was a fun show. 'Cause
we
you
had
two were
that
together, right?
we were together. It was a good
we
show.
did
People
that
that were
post game
calling that dude
show.
out?
Yeah, and he got
got-
crushed, and
got-
he's never reappeared. And Michigan State might be the worst team in the Big Ten.
Like-
so I don't think he's got anything.
Like crap through.
He's
a
got
tin
nothing
can, He
left.
got ran through.
Yeah.
I mean, it was tough. It was tough sledding.
He's got nothing left. But I like the bit of the Charlotte Chamber of
I do
Commerce
too.
guy. I
was
think
a
that's
massive
funny.
fan of it.
For the first couple of weeks, it was funny.
Yeah.
It's,
And then
it's
it
not
got
a Big
old.
Ten affiliated bowl this year.
But it doesn't matter.
I
because
laughed.
it
I
was-
thought it was funny.
The first time he did it, though, was so beautiful because I actually thought he was a part of the North Carolina Chamber of Commerce, and he was calling in. I thought he was just dropping it for whatever reason, and then it turned into a Duke's Mayo Bowl. He's got to get more. If he got more creative with the promo codes, I think it would be better. His promo codes are a little mad.
I've only been on the receiving end of his call one time.
Oh,
I very much enjoyed it.
I've been on-
Obviously, you've done 100 Big Red
I've been on
overreactions, so-
4 different calls. It was. I'll tell you this: when he called in for the Minnesota game, that triggered a lot of people.
That
like
makes
a
sense.
lot
People
of
were not
people
happy
got
that night.
really mad.
Oh,
when
well,
he called.
I got
in.
2 Big Red overreactions left. We'll see if we hear from him 2 more times. But I don't like. I guess if Nebraska loses both, they're not going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl either way. But like they're going to a
What would-
bowl game comparable.
What would be 2 losses? Vegas?
I don't know. We got to
like if
refresh
they
on
lost
this.
the next 2.
Didn't we do this last year where you were out in Vegas a ton, like in
No.
back to back?
Connor last year
Yeah.
made reservations.
I did
Mhm.
when they got their
Wide eyed.
when they got their
awesome.
when they got their 5th win.
Yes.
I was like, they're getting 8, and we're going to Vegas, and I'll be there. And then I held it for too long, and I didn't have to pay anything or anything like that. But
did you tell Gary what your number one tip to me was about Vegas?
No, I don't think I
Your
did.
number one tip to me about Vegas is at some point I'm going to tell you you're doing Vegas wrong and not to listen to you.
Yeah. Don't
First
listen to
time,
anybody.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, we're playing. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. It's gonna be incredible.
So, let's see.
I mean,
ACC.
Pinstripe Bowl is still available.
Big Ten.
If
We
they
got
went to back to
we
back.
had Relia Quest,
That's right.
Pinstripe, Music City, Vegas, Game Above Sports, which is the worst one. That's formerly known as the Detroit Poop Bowl.
Oh no.
Guaranteed Rate, and then Citrus.
It's the
Where's
Rate Bowl.
the rate bowl at?
That I believe that is Phoenix.
Yes.
At the baseball stadium.
Mhm.
At the
Yes.
Diamond.
Yes.
At the
but
Diamondback
isn't
Stadium.
that the day after Christmas?
I don't know when these
Okay.
games
Oh, that'd
are.
be brutal.
I think we're looking at. So I mean, you're gonna
Nashville,
have
Tampa.
Nashville, Tampa right now are the 2 front runners.
Yeah.
you're gonna have 3, potentially 4 playoff teams. So
Yeah.
remove them, and it's possible that Nebraska is the top non-playoff team.
Still mathematically possible.
mathematically possible.
Yeah.
Probably not.
And if that's the
Likely.
case, that would send them to Orlando.
You know
right?
what? It does depend. It does depend on what Iowa does, right?
Or would that be the Citrus? Would that be Jackson?
That would Citrus.
Jesus
That'd be
Citrus
the
Bowl.
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
So if Michigan were to somehow get in and then USC, why are you shaking your head like that?
I don't think
Orlando is the Gator Bowl's in Jacksonville.
Is that not the Citrus Bowl? What is the Gator Bowl now? Is that the
Gator-
Relia Quest, or is that the Outback?
No, Relia Quest is Tampa. That's the Outback.
Okay, Citrus is Jacksonville.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So
no, hold on. the Citrus Bowl is Orlando, right?
Correct.
There's 2 in Orlando.
And then the Gator Bowl is still the Gator Bowl, but it's got some.
Tax Slayer
Yeah.
Gator Bowl.
Does the Big Ten have a tie with that?
They do not.
They do not.
Very good.
So
That's Big 12 days.
Orlando would be the first. If they were the first up, it would be Orlando.
It would
Got
one of the USC or Michigan would have to get in, and then the other one would have to crap on themselves. And then if you were to beat Iowa and go 9-3, then Iowa would automatically be.
I mean, let's just say
4 and be
Michigan
ranked over 'em.
picks up their 3rd loss. They lose to Ohio State, and they're below Nebraska in the pecking order. Who wins their last 2? Nebraska's ahead of Michigan in that case.
Where was
And remember, it's also not done by straight
Correct.
record.
I think Nebraska would be more attractive simply because they haven't been available to these bowls yet select recently.
Sure. So that's a good point. But I am going off of the fact that if both Michigan and Nebraska were to finish 9-3, the fact that Michigan is currently ranked and that they beat Nebraska, they would probably get the nod over Nebraska in the Citrus Bowl.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's the case. I think Nebraska would be the selection.
I mean,
I don't know that Nebraska would be the better team. I think they'd be the more likely selection because of what I just said.
Because
Michigan did go to the Reliant Quest Bowl last year.
I mean, I can't argue against that, Connor. I would just be going if you were going off of who is like the best team or who is the most highly ranked team for the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah,
be Michigan. That's
probably
what I'm going off.
You gonna wear an Emmett Johnson Heisman shirt tonight while you're doing the PA for the women's game?
I will be wearing my Big Ten Conference quarter zip as instructed by everyone. As instructed.
You can be different.
I can.
You can wear your Dana Holgerson shirt.
I could. Actually, I don't know if I could. I wore a hat once and they were like,
A Nebraska hat?
No, just a hat. I think
it was
like
I'd be sitting the scores table wearing a hat.
Yeah, no, you can't wear hats there at the scores table.
I mean, there are people
on TV.
There are people in the football press box who show up in full Nebraska.
Yeah, that's different.
That guy won a Heisman Trophy.
Well, no, I'm talking about quote unquote media members.
This is not a media situation, though. This is
a working neutral.
Yeah. I'm on the scorers table.
Are you paid by the Big Ten or are you paid by Nebraska? That might be.
I'm technically paid by Nebraska.
Okay. Have fun. Be fun.
I don't know where the money comes from. But
I don't know that.
Just ends up in my
Emmett's
pocket.
got a deal tonight. I don't think he might pop in a little bit later at the women's game.
Nice.
He's got a deal at 7:30 at the courtyard.
Do you think Dylan will be jealous when they send Emmett to the Crown this season as opposed to sending him to the Crown this season?
Interesting. What a question. What a question.
Well, then add this one on. What if Emmett asked Dylan, "Hey, can TJ go on our high school basketball tour?"
I said they make a great throuple.
All of a sudden, you got a real show.
Yeah.
Could be fun. I wonder if there will be the high school basketball tour this year. Dylan would have to. He needs some ADA compliance.
So Dylan is Dylan.
He's going to be scootering around
for those older gyms can't accommodate him.
I don't know how long he's in his rascal, but he's in his rascal right now.
Yeah,
he should be. You know what? I thought Dylan would be a wheelchair guy. You know?
No.
You don't think he'd be a wheelchair guy? You don't think?
He's scootering. He's like Trey McGowan.
Yeah, he actually is.
Remember when Trey McGowan scootered out there?
Yes.
I remember one time Gabe Irvin Jr. had just unfortunately torn his ACL and he was getting out of his car.
Against North Carolina State?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
double overtime or whatever.
I saw Gabe Irvin Jr. trying to get out of his car after tearing his ACL. And I nearly because I knew who he was. I nearly ran over him and been like, "Do you want help?" But I think he was tough guy manning it out. And so I didn't want to get in the way of that. Sometimes you just got to be macho for yourself.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, so I'll check with him to see if he's going to show up so you can give him his announcement and a big pop when they show him on Husker Vision.
Like they show him on the screen. Night. Maybe I'll just say 6'7", and then that'll get the people.
Well,
going.
You know what?
I think it's over.
Hey, Gary, do your 8-9. You're 8-9.
No, 9-3. 9-3.
So breaking news at the Odson household.
Oh no,
my son told me yesterday.
That's out.
Dad, 6'7" is old.
He's right.
We're getting there. Okay. We're getting there, everybody.
Then did he go check Tuesday, brother?
No.
That's way old.
So here's how it's changed. So last night, as Nebraska basketball was getting close to 67, and you could feel it in the crowd.
That's great.
Like it was. Like you could, everybody, you could hear the
oh no.
And then other people like, ah.
So how did they get how did they get to 69? Were they on 67 to get to 6, or were they on 66, or were they on 68?
Oh, to get to 67 or 69?
Well, they ended it with 69, right?
Yes.
So how did they get to
field goal.
69? So a 2-pointer?
Yeah.
So they had 67. Really the best of both worlds. Back in
Fun.
my day, people used to cheer for 69.
That's right.
Yes, they do.
And now
Why is that funny, Billy?
and now it's different.
A 67 has replaced a 69.
God, back when men were men.
Hey, he's wearing a hat.
Who?
Mike.
Nebrasketball, Mike?
No.
Who's Mike?
Who's Mike?
Mike Risher.
Oh,
Oh, he's always wearing a hat.
I've never. I don't think I've ever seen Mike without a really good-looking hat.
Oh yeah, sharp. It's a sharp dressed fella.
I met Mike Rozier for literally 5 seconds outside of a tailgate at Memorial Stadium. Just like shook his hand, but like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you, Mr. Rozier." And then 2 years later, I met him here at the 1620 The Zone studio, and he goes, "I remember you." He's like, "We met outside that tailgate on this game at Memorial Stadium that one time." And
Is
I'm
this like a Paul Burmeister? I listen to your show all the time situation.
No, this is not.
Oh, did he drop that?
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
No, this is me. This is me complimenting the incredible, like renowned, like the memory skills from Mike Rozier.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, do you think he just says that to people?
No, he pointed out the time and play. I'm telling you, he
all right.
specifically
He had
told
specifics.
me. He had
All right,
that's
specifics of when he saw. I didn't tell him, "Hey, we've met before." You know, I didn't go, "Hey, you know who I am?"
He asked me for lotion last time we were here.
Oh, good man. I probably need some.
I told him I was not the type of
Oh,
person
Josh.
who would have lotion, but we could probably find you some.
You don't think you look like the type of guy that has lotion?
No.
Connor looks like the type of guy that has lotion.
Really?
You do. You just look like a prepared human.
He's whiter than me.
Well, we mean because he now is the father of a young daughter.
No,
So you always got to be prepared.
does he look ashy to you?
Think I got nice skin?
You do have nice skin. You have no acne or anything like that.
Thank you.
You know, you don't have any blood. Look at me. I'm all acneed up right now. That's why I'm growing a beard.
That's why you need that lotion,
That's why I know exactly. And I got psoriasis. My mom's gonna freak out.
dude.
I'm a mess.
And you wonder why.
I know.
I know.
It
That's
just-
why I played into your hand there. All right, I played into
I
the
don't think
joke.
that's what you want to do. The kids wait a couple of years to mentor kids in Omaha.
This would be a big bro.
I respect that you want to do that.
I have to do something during the day. I can't just sit down and play NASCAR all day. I got to do something with my life.
Could. Many people are choosing to do that.
Just let it come to you, man. You know,
This did come to me. Somebody emailed
just like
me.
Josh Dix. Let the offense come to you. Don't force
Yeah,
it.
don't force a terrible mid-range shot fading back off of your left foot.
he loves those.
Yeah, he has it. He's made 2 of them, and he's taken 11 of them. Can Nick Graves, if he could slow down, just
This is excellent. You have passion about this. I love this.
that's a team that I watch.
All right. This is interesting.
I mean,
He's
none of them
slowly-
were Sam Hoiberg. You should have seen Sam play last night.
I
man.
watch both
Slowly
games.
transitioning
No, you're not
in-
transitioning. You're just getting more
into-
in-depth and careful analysis by me. And I now also talk to the assistant coaches.
Mm.
Now I got another great question, Matt, from the assistant coach.
Great question, Matt.
Yeah.
Great question.
Coach Ballack was great.
I said this on air, and I think you would agree with me.
Ballock.
If you watch a game like last night that Creighton played, and Gonzaga, that's the best team they've had since Chet was there. If Mac wasn't the head coach, I'd be worried this morning. But Mac is the head coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? When they get around to March,
They'll figure it out.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It provides a nice comfort. You're
Yes.
like, oh wow, they got a long way to go, but they'll figure out whatever it is they need to
They
figure it out.
do have to win a game in Vegas. Though. Like that is without a doubt. Like they have
Probably.
to win one of those.
They got K-State at home, and then
They're supposed to win that game according to Ken Palm. Not my premium Ken Palm subscription. Gary's
Oh.
premium Ken Palm.
Let me check out my.
Are there
premium.
different premium Chem Palm
No,
subscriptions?
there's only one. There's
No. Gary, see, I don't have one, and even though that
I don't want
you
to
know,
share it because
yeah, it's the biggest hunk of BS because
the
I
person
paid,
that's sharing it with me uses it for analytical data.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
paid over $100 for PFF. Okay. And I was very kind enough to give it to Gary. And Gary now uses PFF and will throw PFF stats in my face.
Mhm.
All right. I'm like,
As he should. He's using it.
Exactly. And I said, all right, I scratch your back,
So
you scratch my
if
back.
he has
give
questions
me,
about
give
I
me
some-
some-
want your Kempon. But
Give me your
he
Kempon.
is already grifting Kempon.
So he needs
Yeah.
to. You need
No,
to
no.
buck up,
I
and you
can't-
need to buy
No,
something.
that's true. Like I can't.
can't
if I'm
double- you
already
can't
grifting,
double- yeah.
I can't grift
All
to
right,
somebody
exactly.
else. You got to go to the original
Yeah.
to get the grift.
You
Yeah.
got to buck up and buy something then, and then let me use
Oh, I
it.
have plenty of stuff that I bought. I just
So
somebody
you
said,
just choose not to give it to
what
me.
would you like to give to him?
Yeah, you have to give me something.
Summit League Plus.
do you have
No.
do you have Peacock?
No, I did enough of the Monopoly stuff at McDonald's, so I'm good on Peacock.
they were giving away
Yeah,
those like
it is.
candy.
It's crazy. So I'm
but-
good. I'm
You
good
want a month
for-
of Peacock?
that
You
just
want
a
a month of
month?
Peacock?
I'm good for 3 weeks. I'm good for 3 more weeks. I got
God, I need,
premium.
you know what? With Landman coming on Sunday,
Mm.
I need to go find Paramount. Somebody that can give me a Paramount like.
Now you're just trying to get
Yeah,
more
now you're
grifts.
just grifting
That's not the
more
point of
grifts.
this.
You're just becoming more of a
But isn't
grifter.
that America?
I mean, grifting? No, America's the land of opportunity. and
Also,
taking what-
Paramount's going
what's
up because they
yours.
just got UFC. So
That is true.
Oh,
They're going up in monthly
Um,
subscriptions.
I got Hulu.
I already got that because I pay $30 a month for ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
We'll find something.
You got to give me something.
I got Netflix.
Dan, I'm already grifting that. Dan's bought that. I'm talking
What about the
sports.
Athletic?
Mom's paying for that.
Damn, I thought that's one I could give
okay.
you.
My mom literally goes, she's like, because, you know,
How about any local?
My mom
any,
looks at-
any
What about
local
Omaha.com?
entities?
Omaha.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do need that.
Yeah.
'Cause,
There you
like,
go. Well,
you could read John
actually-
Walker's
just
stuff.
just text Sam and say, "Hey, could you give me a?"
I've been meaning to do that.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
interesting.
but I do. I mean,
I've got the Journal Star.
I'm okay.
Oscar Extra.
No,
I'm
Journal
okay.
Star has a really good sports page.
I read, you see, I was subscribed to Omaha.com for a while, and then I recently unsubscribed from Omaha.com about a month ago.
Whoa.
It was just a
You're
little,
upset at their coverage?
No, it was a little too much. It was a little too much.
No Monday paper.
I
I'm
mean
out.
the
It
price
was
or the
too
price, yes.
much.
It was a little because I was working off of I was paying like the discounted fee, and then it got to what it was, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pay. all
What
that.
in this building amongst us zoners, what do you think is the account that is shared the most?
I don't share any accounts with any of you. I'm not a part
Except
of,
for
I'm-
your Pro Football Focus with Gary.
Yeah, but that's me buying it. I'm not in the circle.
I
know?
don't think
we
any of us
share
share
anything.
Yeah.
Okay, what about
With each
What
other,
about
no.
in your general sphere? What do you think is the subscription that is shared the
Ooh,
most?
great question.
Because Netflix did go.
Yeah.
So
Netflix.
they're not doing it as much. I noticed, but
yeah.
like when they first announced it, they were hammering people, and you were
I
shut down.
pay for Grammarly, and my sister, my
What does
brother.
that do?
Grammarly is just like a proofreader for you. It's like a very advanced proofreading. So
Mm.
you just write, and it literally does all the editing for you.
Are you
And it's
writing?
all when I was doing Husker Max and when I was in school a year and a half ago. I
You
was
got to
writing a
knock
lot.
off that subscription. You don't need that
Do
anymore.
Chat GPT.
So
Yeah.
I do write still a little bit. It's all fine. And on top of that, there are a lot of people who I now know who use it. My sister uses it. My brother uses it. My mom uses
Now
it.
you're stuck.
Okay.
A girl that I was flirting with in college uses it. So it's just like one of those things where I really don't want to. I don't want to cut.
Hey,
the head
baby,
off
you
the
want the
snake.
Grammarly? You gotta.
Exactly.
You gotta go
Josh.
get some sushi with me or something.
Dude, you're picking up when I'm dropping down.
Okay.
Texter says if you have Walmart Plus, you get Paramount. What's
Oh.
Walmart Plus?
Ooh, what do I get at Walmart?
You
I
don't
do
have-
shop. I do shop at Walmart.
Yeah,
You
but that's not
can-
Walmart Plus, Gary. You're in the circle though at Target. You might get something for that.
Walmart Plus is like they don't charge you for the delivery of the groceries and the.
Oh my!
But I like to go into
Lord.
Walmart. That's whole part of the experience of going to 72nd and Pacific.
What is yours? What do you think you're sharing the most of? Your
I
Ken
don't share much of anything. Yeah.
Early access to Black Friday deals, free shipping, gas savings,
Whoa.
and more. $49 a year right now.
Pretty good.
See, my mom has Amazon Prime, and there's about like 14 different addresses that get shipped off of that Amazon Prime. And there's like 3 different addresses of mine that get shipped to. So that's gotta be her
Burger
number.
King savings.
With
Oh,
Walmart
today-
Plus,
Yeah.
Today is Whopper Wednesday.
Hello.
$2.99 Whopper.
You
At,
can check
Burger
out
King.
with your phone. You don't have to go through the checkout line. You can just scan the barcodes and it'll
okay,
ring it up on your phone.
$50 a year
Mhm.
just to get.
It's
Paramount
it's
Plus?
half off right now.
What's a Costco membership run?
Connor?
It's a yearly deal.
Was it 50?
I have Because here's what happened.
Well, they added a layer
Yeah.
that you can get early access.
So here's what happened. I had the regular membership, and then I bought diapers a lot. And then they were like, "Hey, you buy diapers all the time, so you need the executive membership." And I was like, "All right."
What?
Yeah.
So apparently, you get like we get a check at the end
Yeah.
of the year
Nice.
that basically pays. It's like a rebate check, and it pays for the subscription.
You guys know that Netflix has ads on their movies now? I just discovered.
Yeah, they have an
this.
ad tier.
This is ridiculous.
Yikes!
Well,
What are we doing?
you've noticed. So watching nothing but Red Zone on Sunday, the ads are increasing.
They are.
Yeah.
It still doesn't bother me very much.
No, because they do it. They do it subtly.
yeah.
But you do notice more interruptions.
Well, after that,
There's invariably like 3 or 4 points during the red zone where nothing's happening. And so they're like commercial time.
that mid-afternoon slate, you could have put all the commercials you wanted to during that over the week.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was a bad slate. People gave me crap for saying it was a bad slate.
Third week in a row, it's been a terrible slate.
This weekend, though, ooh, we got some bangers.
I haven't looked at the slate.
Oh, we got some good ones this week. Watch out.
The better
Especially
col-
at 3.
The
Col-
305,
Yeah.
320 game, pretty good.
the college football slate this week.
Seattle
was nice.
Rams and Denver Chiefs, both at 3 this
I
week.
think I'm going to place a wager on Seattle to win the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Wow, with Sam Darnold.
Plus
7-2.
900, 7-2. They looked great last week.
Super Bowl
They
champion
are
Sam
lacking a run
Darnold.
game, but their defense is top 5 in EPA in both run and the pass.
Oh, their defense is awesome.
And Sam Darnold looks awesome.
Sam Darnold looked awesome last year.
Yeah, then Minnesota, what a bunch of dumb idiots.
Well, good luck to them this weekend. I hope they win.
Yeah, you're the worst. You know that? I can't believe
Who they
like
playing?
yeah, the Chicago Bears. You should.
Oh, it's that this weekend.
I selected the Bears in my 4-quarter pick 'em.
I haven't submitted that
You
yet.
should do that.
It's on my to-do list today.
You're in last place.
I am not.
Or no, Nick is in last place. Then it's Josh. Then it's me. Then it's you.
I have made up some ground. I'm in the middle of the pack now.
Yes.
Interesting.
Do we
Gary Sharp with an E is in second place. I
Yeah.
don't know who that is.
my name is misspelled, but that's okay. Just started working here yesterday. Do we get anything?
Well, wait, who's in first place? You've
I'll
mentioned all
check.
these other.
I'll check.
It's
Josh?
Hodson.
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew the
I
whole
think
time.
It goes Josh, then Jimmy, then Gary, then pretty sure USC is in the back of the boost.
All right, here we go. We got Odson with a clear lead. Jimmy and Gary are tied. John is 2 points behind him. I'm 1 point behind him. You're 1 point behind me, Matt. Josh is 1 point behind you, and Nick is 1 point behind
Josh
Josh.
have a 6-point lead.
Yeah, that's a big lead.
Plenty
Josh,
of
it'd be a
time.
shame if you blew it.
Plenty of time.
Damn it, it would be.
You know what? I'll just go back and retroactively change your answers and be like, "Oh my God, Odson's got 0 out of 10."
That's
back-to-back
true. We can
weeks."
change. We can manipulate the
Oh,
spreadsheet.
no.
There was nobody who was running security detail on that thing.
definitely
And
not.
by the way,
That is
if
true.
you told me, Matt, you went 3 of 10 this week, I'm not going back and looking
Yep.
and being like, I'd just be like, "Oh, okay."
Yep.
You know, shoot.
100%.
I guess I'm bad at my
Now
job.
you're just giving Nick a defense. Oh, I think somebody's been changing my picks.
That'd be so funny if somebody was going back and changing Nick's picks. That'd be.
I'll tell you what. I'll guarantee you right now. If I finish last, I will throw a fit.
Why?
Regardless of if or not that I see evidence of my
You
scores
told
being
me that you
tampered
didn't
with,
care.
I will throw a fit. I will say my scores have been manipulated, and this is absolute garbage.
There's
And
no
there'd
way I
no
could
way
be
to
this
prove it.
dumb.
Are you
There'd be
going to
no
get
way
on the
prove it.
phone with one of the upper management? You got to
No.
find me 4 picks somewhere.
I
You
do
gotta
a
find me
very
4
public
picks.
segment about it. Very public.
All right.
All right.
Have a good show.
Have a great afternoon,
Do you-
gentlemen.
Are you guys going to talk about the Northern Lights?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got Northern Lights takes.
Josh has takes, of course he does.
Are they good? Because I kind of liked it yesterday.
I didn't.
You didn't. Okay.
It turned
You know
into-
why? You know why Josh didn't like it? Because there were so many people taking pictures and
That's
putting
right.
it on social media.
That's right.
Well, that's why I
Am
didn't.
I
like
really
it,
this
Josh.
predictable?
That's right.
For me, it became National Boyfriend Day all over again, and just everybody and their mother were showing off that they were in a relationship using the Northern Lights. I'm like, it's not about you; it's about the lights, you dummies.
Wow.
Have a good show.
All right, that's the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It is Wednesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
A mild Wednesday ahead after a cool start. Expect sunshine in the morning, then partly sunny skies in the afternoon with light wind, highs in the low 60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV News Watch 7.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. It's the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer and Josh Odson with you. Welcome to the show, everybody. Lineup-wise, today, Robin Washut will join us in just a couple minutes. We'll keep it in this segment. Also, we will still play as open, so don't be confused. Okay? Don't be confused. And maybe there's a special.
We're gonna do a little different today.
There's a special different open. Mitch Sherman will join us at 11:30. That's the lineup, powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We'd love to hear from you all today. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Email Connor Josh O at 1620zone.com, the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. Tweet at Happer Show at Connor Happer on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed. And, of course, we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. Oh, no, it's the Creighton fans are here. Black Cat says, hungover honk. And O-Trip says, I'm empty inside at ATM, which means I think at the moment, not ATN. O-Trip says he was crashing out last night.
Oh, no.
He was crashing out. I saw some tweets. Got to be careful here, Josh. Got to be careful. But we also have to be consistent.
That's right. Fair and balanced.
Creighton lost by 30 last night.
But Connor.
That's right. What was the final score of the game?
90-63?
90-63, which in true math form is what?
27.
27. If 38 is 40, then I think 27 has to be 30. I think, I'm sorry.
That's big of you. Nobody's asking you to do that. No one's clamoring for you to do that. But you offered that on your own volition.
We have to.
It's commendable.
The lead, I think, got up to 32. Could have been worse. It felt like at times. That second half,
yikes.
Just I don't know what you do with it. You toss it in the trash can. Do you say, here's what you didn't do right? Everything.
Hey, you know how you feel right now? Would you like to never feel like that again?
Please listen. Black Cat says, now Josh gets Spokane, right? Yeah, jeez, Josh. Yep, Creighton got smoked last night.
Smoked in Spokane.
Absolutely smoked in Spokane last night. We will take a few minutes to talk about the Blue Jays during the show today. Also at noon, I have an opinion. I've already received a couple of opinions today.
Hello.
And lucky for you, if you do submit an opinion, you immediately become eligible to win Omaha basketball tickets.
Whoa, we're going to pack the Baxter.
We're going to pack the Baxter on Saturday. It's ring night. Celebrating a championship from last year. All the familiar faces will be back in town. And we want to send you to the game. So if you would like to go, then just submit an opinion. Where I have an opinion, because we're going to blow it out. We got a variety. We got a big number of tickets available.
Okay.
So let's just give the tickets because we want to pack the Baxter.
That's right.
So submit an opinion, and then you are in. Big Ten Power Rankings with Tiers. As we said last week, it's not so much about the rankings. The rankings still do exist, by the way, so we could go through them. But it's mostly about here's where we stand. Here's what's happening this week on television. Here's what's happening. I was interested in here's what's happening this week on television in the Big Ten because there are some interesting crews. And the TV slate is we have a Friday night game this week, so we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. But of course, Nebraska and Rutgers, by the way, both on bye this week in the Big Ten Conference. The Emmett Johnson Heisman campaign officially launches, which is great. Yes, we can bring up TJ Lateef and Dylan Raiola and all of that stuff. And the college football playoff rankings came out, which once again, I think we overreact to and freak out about unnecessarily at this stage in the season. But I have a couple questions, not just based off the rankings, but kind of some what ifs as we go on throughout the show today. All right. Like I said, I want to hear from you all during the show today. Feel free to get in contact with us. But now let's have a chat with our good friend, Robin Washut.
Robin Washut. Husker Online.
Ow!
The Connor Happer Show
Ring fast!
on 1620. The Zone.
See, that wasn't that hard.
It really wasn't. Came together pretty quick.
Robin Washut joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. That was excellent. Well done.
Really, it's the most simple things that get the job done, it seems. All we had to make the big voice. We didn't actually have to make the big voice guy do anything. We just took his voice and
used it from the last time.
Just placed it right in there and threw Round Ball Rock over the top. So
it's also no longer an embarrassing moment from Robin's phone history,
which is great.
My kids also enjoy listening to that all the time. So, you know what? They both had great value, but we're in basketball season. Let's go all in on hoops. John Tesh, all the way.
Yes, thank you, John Tesh. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, NBC. All I should probably throw those out before we officially start using that song. All right, so let's talk about Nebraska basketball a little bit. We got triple doubles coming through from Rink Mass. They started the season now. What is Nebraska's record? Are they 3-0 now?
3-0.
Yeah.
3-0.
Okay. Yeah.
Longest win streak in the nation.
Longest win streak in America. The nation's longest active win streak has reached 7 for Nebraska basketball. Robin, how about that?
It's one of those kind of weird paradoxes where, like, Fran Fraschilla tweeted about today is like, move to the front of the class. You ever thought Nebraska would lead the nation with the longest active win streak? But here we are. That's another gift that the crown continues to give.
Have we learned anything in the first 3 games outside of the preseason sort of thoughts and expectations that we had for this group?
Kind of to an extent. I think it confirmed a lot of thoughts that when Nebraska makes its 3-pointers, they are as difficult as they come to defend because they have so many shooters and they've got a big that can facilitate like Rink Mass. And when the ball is moving like the way it did 2 games ago when Rink had that triple-double and, they hit 17 3-pointers, they look really, really good. But then, as expected, the flip side of when those 3-pointers aren't falling, it can look rough. And we've seen a few stretches of that already with kind of the beginning and the end of last night being the latest example that, they struggle at times to adjust their offense when the 3-ball isn't going in. Now, they got some good looks. They just weren't making them. So you hope that just kind of naturally corrects. But, they were able to, survive with a 19-point victory, and it ended up costing them whatsoever. But starting Saturday, that line is going to get a whole lot thinner to walk for this offense, and they've got to find ways to manufacture offense beyond just living and dying by the 3-point line. So, I think that's not a surprise, but it's kind of cementing what we expected about this group. And so that's kind of the ways they are. There's going to be nights where they look unstoppable and other nights where it's going to be like pulling teeth to get points from start to finish. So finding some consistency that way to adjust your offense when the threes aren't there, that continues to be a process for Nebraska.
You get a couple big swings in the non-con coming up. Stuff starts to get real now with a trip to Sioux Falls on Saturday against Oklahoma. And then coming back off of that, the Kansas City tournament that they are in as well. And then, of course, the home game with Creighton coming up in a few weeks before you jump into a conference for a couple games that are looking difficult with Wisconsin and Illinois in early December. So are we now at the point where it's real? Like, it happened very quickly, but Nebraska's done all they need to do in these first 3 games. And now, you get to test your mettle a little bit.
Yep. And that's kind of what the schedule was supposed to be, where, Nebraska was going to have the opportunity to experiment with some, rotations and different lineups and get these guys some experience playing together against live competition. And, between these first 3 games and the 2 exhibitions, they've, I think, accomplished everything that they would have hoped, where, they faced some adversity, figured it out on the fly. They've seen what the picture can look like when everybody is operating it the way that they're supposed to and things are clicking. And then they've also seen, what they need to work on and had to learn from some mistakes with the benefit of doing so in, victory. So, it's gone to plan thus far. And now you hope that the plan continues to where you're ready to take that next step with a significantly higher level of competition against a really good Oklahoma team who assembled one of the top transfer portal classes in all of college basketball this offseason. And, it's funny, they're kind of a lot like Nebraska where, when they're in a groove, they're really, really good. But when they, are in a funk or whatever, they can really, play a few steps down. So it'll be interesting to see both Nebraska and Oklahoma which teams respectively show up and who's coming out hot. Cause I got a feeling that whoever sees shots fall early is probably going to be off and running, especially if it's in Nebraska in that quote unquote neutral site environment. That'll more than likely be at least 90% Nebraska fans.
If you could project, I mean, you don't really know yet because of who they've played, and you'll just get clues in the next several weeks before they really start to hit the meat of conference play around the new year. But like, how do you feel like this team will hold up to the physical rigors of the Big Ten Conference?
Well, I think they'll be okay in the sense that they've got a lot of guys that, they can call upon. And unlike previous rosters, like there isn't as dramatic of a drop off after your starting five or after your top 6 or 7. Like they, I think legitimately have 10, maybe 11 guys that, they can trust to put out on the court and at least hold their own. So that will help, not just with the physical aspects, but, it helps ease the risk of foul trouble and, all sorts of things where you can match up a little bit and, account for mismatches on one end while also trying to exploit potential mismatches on the other. So like just by a numbers game of their roster, I think that they're much better suited for that than they have been in previous years. But, the other side of that is, they are what they are athletically. They, even against some of these lower level competitions, they've got these like just better athletes that might not be as talented, but they're more athletic. Nebraska struggled a bit, especially in the post. So, that's something that, now that they're going to see much better players and much better athletes, how are they going to be able to combat that? And, the answer is, well, you just go point for them on the other end and beat them from the 3-point line. But again, that's the risk you run, where if that doesn't happen, what are you going to lean on? And, if the good news is they got to the line last night, when those shots weren't falling, and more importantly, they converted at the free throw line. They came in shooting like 64% from the free throw line. And, for a team like this, that'll lose them games if they continue to shoot at that clip. So they were much better last night, and that has to continue, especially when the line between winning and losing becomes, so much thinner that, you got to find ways to win ugly, in the free throw line, and being able to manufacture offense that way is going to be much more critical.
Is it a last basketball question for you, Robin? Is it a good thing or a bad thing to be as rink mast dependent as they seem to be?
I mean,
or do you even agree with the premise
both.
that they are rink mast dependent?
Yeah, I mean, they're a different team when he's off the floor. There's no question about it. And you look at like last night when they tried to save some minutes off Rink and, play some backups, the offense kind of went into a shell even more so. So there's certainly a noticeable effect when Rink is playing and when he's not. And so that, I would say they're dependent to operate at their peak level. Rink needs to be on the floor because they built this entire roster around him. So, I think that was the plan. They understood that that's kind of what they were going to be. So it's, I guess, a good thing when,
I think so. I think
BYU.
I think that's a good
and then he's getting a triple double, but it's also a bad thing what if he gets into foul trouble? What if he has to miss any time? Like, how is the offense going to adapt not having the most critical piece of their roster on the floor? So I guess it's good when it works, and it's kind of dangerous and makes you worry a little bit when it doesn't.
Any thoughts before we let you go on the Emmett Johnson for Heisman campaign?
It's kind of been interesting to watch just how quickly this thing has taken off into a full force campaign. Like at the basketball game the other night, they like honored him and like did like this whole big like on jumbo screen shout out, and like you would have thought like Mike Rozier would like come back to like to honor his like anniversary of his Heisman. But I guess good on Nebraska, because like nobody else was going to put his name out there. So Nebraska's kind of leading the charge and supporting their guy. And, as a result, whether people roll their eyes at it or buy into it, they're noticing. And the name Emmett Johnson, running back at Nebraska, is going to be in people's minds now, where, even if he is a long shot to even be in the Heisman discussion, people know who he is. They know his name. They know what he's doing. and they're going to pay a lot more attention to him going forward. So, that's kind of the whole purpose of this deal, and we'll see how it plays out. And all that matters, though, is what he does over these next 3.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, Robin, we'll let you go. Appreciate it as always. And we have fun in Sioux Falls. I heard the falls are lovely this time of year.
I've missed the last 2 games because of football travel conflicts, so I haven't been there since 2018 when Nebraska boat raced Oklahoma State. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the Pentagon.
All right, see you later.
See ya.
Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com. A migration to the falls this weekend for people in red. That's a true neutral site game on the official as it counts, on the KenPom. But that's right. It'll feel like, at the very least, a semi-neutral site, mostly like a home game for Nebraska basketball, who has played some very good ball up at the Pentagon in recent years.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break, come back, talk a little bit about Creighton on the other side. Yes, we'll get into Emmett Johnson for Heisman and all those things. Don't forget to get your opinions in for I Have an Opinion coming up at noon, and Mitch Sherman will join us at the bottom of the 11 o'clock hour. We are back with more after this on 1620 The Zone. But first, fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And however you'd like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Nebraska. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Plus, with Underdog's quick payouts, you can get your profits fast. You get a prize. So download the app today and use promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks and team picks all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to a product traded on CDNA. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for more details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Odson with you on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Like we said before, we have tickets. John and Josh have tickets as well to the Mavs basketball game on Saturday at Baxter, 7 o'clock against Southern Utah, where it's replica ring night for the first 1,000 fans in the building. So stay tuned today on this show or all throughout the week for your chance to get in to the Mavs game on Saturday night. They're going to pack the Baxter, Josh. But we're going to talk about another arena that was packed last night, the McCarthy Athletic Center in Spokane, Washington.
Kennel.
The Kennel, as they call it. I got the great pleasure of listening to my dear friend John Bishop call a basketball game in a hostile environment yesterday.
He made some real friends.
The students apparently sit very close to him. Saw a selfie going around, which was pretty good. So, other than that, didn't go well for the Blue Jays last night.
It was a good first 8 minutes.
Yeah, and then it just you could really round off and say, hey, you're in it at halftime. You're down by 6 at the break, and you're like, oh, you're kind of in it here. But it got a little slippery at the end of the half. You go down in the locker room by 6, 44-38 at the break, and then they just took a gigantic punch to start off the second half and didn't come back from it. The physicality, I think, was a lot to handle for them last night. It's one of the things that is just going. I think we're going to be talking about that all season long. For the way that this team is built, they are going to have to give. I mean, they're just going to give some things up physically going through the Big East Conference and playing teams like Gonzaga or Iowa State or Baylor, and you have to find other ways to either mitigate that or play to it. So I do think there's like a crucial question in there for Creighton, who got blasted last night. 27-point loss. It was a 30-point loss, as we like to say. 27 is 30. Nobody individually was really good. As it sort of turned out in the game. Ball ended up in Josh Dix's hands a lot. Didn't make made but one shot in the game. Blake Harper ended up being, well, I guess it was Harper and Graves who both had 12. At a certain point, a few minutes into the second half, you're like, well, what are we even doing here anymore? So it's just kind of one of those games for them. They got smoked. And it should be an eye-opener in terms of physicality and what a team looks like when they kind of know what they're going to be and they're super talented and they're put together. Gonzaga is obviously a solid basketball program, and they're probably one of the better teams in the country. It's probably like a top 10 team right now, even though they were number 19 on the rankings last night. I'm not trying to make it less palatable from last night. It was bad. It was bad. But
he got blasted.
EK, it didn't help that he made 4 threes from a guy who doesn't have a great track record of making threes. So when he came out and canned 3 on the first several possessions, you're like, uh-oh, we're gonna have problems tonight. And then he could get whatever he wanted inside. Interior post defense is going to be something that Creighton has to learn to live, learn to sort of. It's just going to be different.
You got to find a way to mitigate that all year.
It's just going to be different. So you can't turn the ball over very much. Oh, they got a lot sloppy with the basketball, and
18 of them things,
and then it stuck. And there's just those games happen a few times a year, and I think for this team this year, it'll probably be more than a few times a year where the ball will just it just won't look like Creighton basketball. The ball will just stick in somebody's hands. They'll be dribbling around, and they'll get a bad shot. Maybe they'll make it, and bail them out of some holes because they have some individually talented guys. But, hopefully it provides them a sort of wake up call to say we need to be not only good right now, the best version of ourselves right now, but like they got smacked around from a physical standpoint, and you have to stand up. You have to withstand it better. And Creighton didn't withstand it very well last night, or at least mitigate it in some ways. So like I said, I think in there is sort of a crucial question with this group, and it ends up, the answer to the question, functionally comes in rotations and who you play and stuff like that. But I think it's still an ongoing question of where do you go? Do you take the route right now? And keep in mind of what Creighton has coming up on their schedule. They have 2 games with tomato cans over the next week against Maryland, Eastern Shore, and North Dakota before they go to the Players Era tournament. But I do think that process sort of starts right now. Do you put guys out there who, more often and almost in some cases exclusively, who what you're going to get from them, and therefore sort of lower your ceiling maybe a little bit? Or do you stay the course, be patient, and hope this thing gels at some point with the guys that, at a certain point, you have to do that because most of your roster is made up of new players, right? You're going to have to roll with the struggles of Harper and Dix and Freeman and Graves while they gel, while they get it figured out. But right now, Green and McAndrew and Fedor, and I thought Conan was okay last night. Mostly mop up kind of stuff for him, but he kind of flashed at times. Like, those guys are your sort of dependable, I know what they're going to be and I know what they can give me type of guys. And so do you just, really lean into that and then have the other, guys as accent pieces for the time being while the rest of it comes together? Because I don't know if that's an option. I think the only option is to fast track this thing and make sure it comes, because you don't want to live without the firepower that, I'm not saying don't play Dix, I'm not saying don't play Harper, I'm not saying don't play Graves, because you can't even get away with that. There's not enough minutes to go around with the other guys. But you have to live with them not being all the way there yet in terms of what is this supposed to look like from a Creighton basketball standpoint. I think you just got to ride it right now. And maybe last night provides the kick in the butt that they sort of need to, have their attention. And it's certainly a confident group. And, as the prevailing thought after the game last night is, well, they're in great hands and they'll be able to figure whatever it is out. And that is, I agree with that. That's definitely the case. But prepare for the possibility that might not happen soon. And prepare for the possibility that might not happen soon enough. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's
probably not going to have it figured out by Vegas.
It's going to have it happen by New Year's.
Yeah.
And there's some real landmines in there. I mean, and if you don't win any of those games, all of a sudden you look up and you're in big trouble and you have to post a big number in Big East, and then you're, on the bubble for the NCAA tournament anyway. Right. So it's a real, I always say the more options, and we've been talking about this as it pertains to the rotations, right? The more options that you have, it could get a little tricky because there's all these different roads you can go down and there's all these different guys you could play. And I think they kind of have to decide, all right, well, how do we want this to look? And can we afford to ride through the struggle bus right now, given that our ceiling when these guys are playing at their best, which we've seen flashes of, it really will go. But they got to get a step quicker. They're thinking too much, and it's just all that sort of stuff. So I don't know what the right answer is to how they fast track that. But because they play a certain way. And like I said before, when the same guys come back year after year after year, those guys are sort of the keepers of that. And it just rubs off on the other guys. You're forced to fit in with it. And now the main guys who are going to be with the basketball in their hands or putting the ball in the bucket are swimming in it a little bit. I think that's very clear from Josh Dix at the moment. And Owen Freeman is clearly not there from a physical standpoint yet, just coming back recently within the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to figure out. At the same time, Gonzaga is very good. And it was going to be an incredibly tough challenge. And there was a lot of bright spots in the first half of that game, but hey, you get 30 ball, you get 30 ball. You got to eat it.
Yeah, I mean, steep decline if you don't figure it out like that. The whole season could snowball on you pretty quick if you don't figure out some of these lineup issues. Luckily, you got the guy roaming the court side that you kind of trust to figure it out relatively quick, right?
Yeah, I think that, and I don't. The other thing is, if you're paring it down, I don't know who you pare it down to.
Right.
Like they still don't have that answer. Like they got one of the questions answered for them yesterday with Hudson. You take him out of the equation, and I saw some consternation about that yesterday. You if they're doing that, like he's probably on board. Although at the same time, you never really know what's going to happen after the season. But I think, they sold to him. Like there's just not enough minutes for you to go around. Why waste a year this year and then come back next year? You're going to be way better, and you're going to be a feature guy on this team. So credit to them for sort of making that happen. But so you take him out of the equation, and you're still down to, I mean, you played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 last night. And only 2 of them were like real true garbage time minutes with Shane Thomas and Liam McChesney. So you played 11 last night. And then what can you cut down even further from that? Like, and people will say, well, I don't know how it looks when Ty Davis is in the game. Well, you can't not play Ty Davis. Ty Davis is your backup point guard, right? So Ty Davis has to play a role for this team, behind Nick Graves. And Trout, if he's not making threes, maybe his minutes can go up and down. Schwartz is, a really, really high ceiling guy, but he needs reps. Fedor is, played sparingly last night, went out with, I don't know if he was hurt or, whatever it was last night, but tends to give them a spark a little bit when he's on the floor. And so you need a lot from your starting 5, I guess, at this point, with you're going to need to lean heavily into Jason Green as well. And the tricky part with Jason is he playing the 5 right now a little bit because Owen is not quite ready to go? Is he playing the 3 and is he guarding everybody's best defender? Like, he can't do every role. He can't do every glue guy thing all at once, and still be a potent, scoring option for this team, or at least a guy to be a stopper and get to the free throw line, which he did 7 times last night. I mean, there's all the sort of like, oh, I wonder how this will turn out questions got, exposed a little bit last night. So yeah, I mean, Plaquette says 17 minutes. Yeah. Jason needs to be on the floor more, for sure. No doubt about it. But you also have to work through these, struggles. I say struggles, but it's like guys have to they have to get to the point where they're not thinking so much and they're playing. I mean, we talk about that in football all the time, right? If you're just going on defense, you're going to be a much better player because you already know what the right spot is. It's just programmed into your DNA, into your brain. And obviously that starting group is just not there yet. And so, like I said, do you lean heavier into guys like Jason Green and Fedor and Jackson, or do you ride it out with what you have right now? And I think it probably is obviously going to be a little bit of both, but you do have to just kind of go through these struggles a little bit right now. With that being said, they'll be fine against Maryland, Eastern Shore, and North Dakota, I think. But then, Baylor and Iowa State right after that, those teams present length and physical challenges that Creighton is, doesn't appear from an athletic standpoint to be equipped to handle at the moment. And then, the Nebraska game is going to be tough, and the K-State game is going to be tough, and then you dip into conference play for a couple, and all of a sudden it's here. Although your first conference game is on the road at Xavier, and Xavier seems bad.
Oh.
Have you seen the most recent result of Xavier basketball?
I have not dabbled in Xavier basketball.
How about losing at home by 2019 to Santa Clara?
Goo.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go to Iowa on Friday.
They beat something called Lemoyne by
That's right,
5
Josh.
points.
That's right, Josh.
They beat Marist by 4.
Yeah. Not going to be easy for old Ricky, little Ricky, in year one. So that's the other piece of it too. And the Big East, the early returns of the Big East have not been great. They've had a couple premier games, and St. John's falls short to Alabama, and Creighton gets blasted by Gonzaga. And so it's going to be a challenge, and there's a lot to figure out. There's no doubt about it. Marquette lost to Indiana, got smoked by Indiana. So I don't know.
That guy can coach over there.
Who, D-Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's good, but I think everybody here knows that. Couple of things. First in the 402.
Oh, okay. Hi, 402.
So you're saying Josh may have to cancel Creighton this year. Josh, will you consider canceling Creighton?
I mean, if it comes to that, yes, of course I have to be.
And there's, just to be clear, there's no immediate cancellation point, or is there? Is there a big red button that you could hit, or is it just more of like a it when you see it and enough has happened situation?
You kind of know it when you see it, and enough is enough kind of thing. You come in one morning and you're like, damn it, I've had it with these guys. That was not fun last night, but I mean, expectations were not terribly high for that one game in particular.
I thought
you thought it'd be better than that.
I saw some people saying this last night. I thought that was always in the deck of cards that you were handed last night.
It was an option.
That was one of the options.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. My median expectation was not for it to look like that, but it was definitely in the cards. The shot was in the bag. And so how do you respond off of it? And how do you have your attention when they land here in a couple hours? So
they haven't landed yet?
No, they stayed.
Oof. Okay. Get some more poutine fries, did John?
Maybe. I don't know. Texture says, curious on your thoughts on Fedor's minutes. Seems like he always brings a spark when he's in there. I would say, like, with that log jam at the wing, like, Fedor might be one of the lower guys in the totem pole just in terms of like the ceiling that he brings to you, but he is getting to the point where you can trust him. And he always, he's always good for a big offensive rebound or, a hustle play or something like that. So there's value to that, but you already have the most overqualified like spark guy in the world in Jason, right? And it's hard to play both those guys at the same time. So there's just that big kind of log jam, and who do you play there? I like Fedor, but he doesn't give you as a ceiling offensively more than Harper, especially if he's not shooting the three well, which he hasn't necessarily in his career so far either. Here is Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. Now I know why Mac did not retire last year. He's going to take the blame for this team not gelling right away. If last night happened with a new coach, fans would be calling for his head. He does not have he does not have any hair to give. Yeah. You talk about new coach would be Al Huss.
Yeah, you would
That
definitely.
is true. It does.
yeah.
It definitely does sit a little bit different if Al Huss was just a permanent coach
Mhm.
last night and that exact same thing happened. People would be like, "Whoa,
Yikes.
I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know what's going to happen now. And is this a mistake? You know what, Mac? Where are you? Please come back." But yeah, there is a certain comfort that you should have, deservedly so, that they'll eventually get to where they're going. But like I said, will it happen soon enough? Will it happen soon enough? This is gonna really take some time. And can they win games in the meantime while it's not 100% there? Can they withstand some physical beatings, right? Like they had the proud thing that they've created over the last, like, this 5-year run, like the Kalkbrenner run, is that they're a program that withstands the physicality, right? The beat you up nature of the Big East. They won rock fights aplenty over the last 5 years. And it evolved from a program who was just able to win one way to a program that was able to win in a variety of different ways. And now I think with the personnel that they have at the stage that they're at, it's going to be really, really difficult for them to win a rock fight. Really difficult for them to win a rock fight. And so,
Yeah, they don't seem suited for that.
like if EK wasn't making threes last night, maybe they get into that type of deal with Gonzaga, and it doesn't turn into this rolling freight train. I still don't know if they win the game because it's just going to be hard for them from a physical standpoint. Can you create that? Is it more of a mentality, or is it just something that they lacked physically? So all questions. We'll talk about more with them
And
with Jacob tomorrow.
quick congratulations, baby Caulk.
Yes. I heard John announce that on the pregame show.
Yeah. That was nice.
Of course it is. Of course it is. How tall?
Yeah, how long was this baby?
Yeah. I don't know if you could usually tell, like, right away. Like when I go to the doctor, they tell me that my daughter is tall. And I go, that doesn't make any sense. She's like in the 90 whatever percentile of height. And I'm like, well, look at me. My wife's shorter than me. We are not tall people. Like my parents, her parents, not necessarily tall people.
Okay.
My daughter will not be tall. So right now, you just take the wins where you can get them.
How susceptible to mono is this child?
Hang a banner. 90th percentile in height. Yes. Great question. Great question. But yes, congratulations to the Kalkbrenners on the birth of their first child yesterday. All right. Quick timeout. Mitch Sherman will join us next on 1620 The Zone.
Who do you want to talk about first?
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic.
He can play. And we need people that can play.
And we'll never be royal. Let me live that fantasy.
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic. On The Connor Happer Show. On 1620, The Zone.
He can play.
All right. Welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Hudson with you. I noticed, Josh, your the banner that you had up there. I didn't realize what the University of Maryland Eastern Shore's mascot looked like, and it bothered me.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I believe they're like the Hawks or something, but this really looks like a turkey.
What is going on with that logo? It is UMass week around here, where and how about this for UMass? This we'll bring Mitch in. Mitch, could the University of Maryland Eastern Shore picked a better week to just have 3 free days in the state of Nebraska? It's beautiful weather.
Are they sticking around? Are they going to play the Mavs or what's going on?
They're playing the Jays on Friday night.
Okay. Sorry, that wasn't on my radar. It should have been, but we got high school football and college football, and Nebraska basketball is a real game this weekend. So I did not know that. I think it's the Shore Hawks.
Shore Hawks?
Yeah. I believe that's what it is. I think I heard that on the broadcast last night. They called them the Shore Hawks. I don't know what their mascot looks like. I did notice that they are coached by Cleo Hill, who was an assistant under Danny Nee at Nebraska in many decades ago. I don't know if this was Cleo Hill's first time back, and I would like to have known what he thought, because if he thought he was going into the Devaney Center and then Pinnacle Bank Arena, I don't know. It would have been. I didn't realize that until I think I heard it on the shout out to BTN Plus broadcast. They mentioned it. And then I saw some were tweeting about it, but very much under the radar. The return of Cleo Hill. I wonder why.
Another cool thing that Cleo Hill got to see last night was the birth of the Emmett Johnson for Heisman campaign.
I'm sure he was very much in tune with that.
I'm sure he was probably like, "Whoa, it worked," because now the University of Maryland Eastern Shore gets to go back to the East Coast, the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and they get to say, "Wow, have you heard about this Emmett Johnson guy? He's up for the Heisman."
There will be like, he played in the stadium here in College Park a few weeks ago, and
spread the word.
Yeah, he's up for the Heisman. All right. He's up for something. It might be all Big Ten. He could get some All-American recognition. I think it's great that Nebraska is doing this, because they haven't had the opportunity to do something like this since Amir Abdullah was himself a fringe Heisman candidate more than a decade ago. Nebraska did send, I was reminded of this by Twitter
batteries.
Dave Fight on the Twitter channels.
Shout out, Dave.
Yes, they sent batteries. I think they had AA batteries, for AA, and I think I kept them I stuck them somewhere like in a drawer, and it sounded bad. And
not in like a remote, or like you
No, I didn't put them in a remote. I was like, I didn't preserve these batteries.
That would be such a cool Easter egg, though. Like if you just realized, 10 years after Amir Abdullah left, that you needed new batteries in your remote, and you pulled out the Amir Abdullah batteries. I mean, that would be actually kind of an awesome Easter egg.
It'd be great until the batteries didn't work and you leaked battery acid all over yourself when you pulled them out of the box, because they've been expired for 10 years. So at some point, I definitely was cleaning out a desk drawer and found the Amir Abdullah batteries and threw them away, disposed of them properly. And I may still have the box. I don't know. But that's the last time Nebraska's been able to do something fun like this. And now you've got the Emmett Johnson Heisman candidacy.
So they have e-money. Do they send out like dollar bills, or what? Dollar bills with the face of Emmett Johnson on it, or what what's coming in the mail soon?
I don't know. I don't know if schools really do that anymore. If they utilize the U.S. mail to promote a Heisman candidacy. I think everything is so much more digital now. It was that way in 2014 when Amir was up for the prize. I mean, it's not like we're talking about 1983 with Nebraska's successful Heisman campaign for 2001 with Eric Crouch. I don't know. I'm a Heisman voter, and I don't generally receive the kind of
bribes,
props in the mail that you used to get those things. Like, it gets to be this time of year, and every day you're opening up your mailbox and like there's a gift from, Ricky Williams or whatever it might be. But that doesn't really happen anymore. Nebraska could break the mold and just say, hey, look, we're from the old days. We're going to send you something.
I think that'd be
$1 bill, sure.
I think they should.
With Emmett's face on it. Yeah,
it'd be great. They should restart that trend again. Mostly just because I would like to see what they would do, and I would like to receive anything. Whatever. I just love getting packages in the mail. I don't know what. Now I don't know if I'd get them because I'm not a Heisman voter, but I would
probably. You probably need to be. You probably want to be a Heisman voter for
probably
that.
True. How do I get a Heisman vote?
Talk to Mike Babcock.
Okay, that's how I got my other vote for I vote for the Wooden Award. And Mike Babcock is just the handler of all, like the gatekeeper of all awards.
He is the gatekeeper. He is the gatekeeper of all awards.
I gotta talk to him then. Maybe I get a Heisman vote out of this. There's 1,000 Heisman voters or whatever it is. Why can't I be one of them?
You should. You should be a Heisman voter. I think you're well within the qualifications.
Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about TJ Lateef. I will ask you point blank: is TJ Lateef the better option at quarterback right now for Nebraska?
Well, yeah, because Dylan Raiola has a broken leg. So.
Damn it! You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I feel this like sense of identity, sense of renewal, I guess, with him at the helm, and
I know what you're saying.
It doesn't seem like a bad thing to go into the last 2 games with.
Yeah, I think that he's a mobile quarterback, and TJ Lateef is the better option, or is let's not even compare him. Let's just say he's a good option right now. Everything else being equal with where the Nebraska offensive line and where the offense is and needs to be in these next 2 games. It's a better option for Nebraska to have a quarterback who can throw it, but who can also run it, and who can take some stress off the offensive line, because the pocket is less likely to break down if TJ is scrambling. I don't think that means anything or means much long term or in the direction that Nebraska is going. Although Nebraska is recruiting mobile quarterbacks, so I think post Dylan Raiola, you're going to see quarterbacks who have the ability to run it. Now, if a 5-star comes to them who is like Dylan and is more of an in the pocket quarterback and has to work, it's certainly not his strength,
right?
Dylan's strength to get out of the pocket and run and get first downs with his legs. He can do it, but it's awkward, and it doesn't always work. It usually doesn't work. So if another quarterback like that with his arm talent comes to Nebraska, they're certainly going to be interested. But I think, the future, for the most part, of the Nebraska offense is to have a quarterback who is multifaceted in the run game and the pass game.
Can he make, what kind of conversation can he create as far as the quarterback competition or controversy or whatever it is in these next 2 games?
I don't think there's going to be a controversy, Connor, because I think if TJ plays so well that you create a controversy, like if he comes out and looks like he did against UCLA, against Penn State and Iowa, then it's going to take care of itself. And I don't say that to mean that he's going to leave or that Dylan's going to leave. I just think one of them would leave, because you don't Nebraska or Ohio State, or there are very few programs out there. I say Ohio State because I'm looking like what's the top program. Nobody in this day and age, with the money that quarterbacks are offered, starting quarterbacks in a Power 4 setting, nobody gets to keep 2 starters. And you wish you could, because you'd like to have a competition that would make everyone better. You'd like to have the security of having 2 that you could put in at any, one at any time, but multiple of those and go win. But that's not the way that college football is trending and really working right now. I think it'll take care of itself.
Yeah, I kind of think so too, but it'll be interesting to see, based on what happens over the next 2, like what that conversation looks like.
I don't mean that one of them is going to transfer. I think it may take care of itself in that
right.
we see over these next two games that Nebraska has its starter, and he's hurt right now.
Right. On the other side, or I guess in the backfield as well, different conversation, but it could potentially have the result of Emmett Johnson not being here anymore. Rule talked about it, and he said, "I'm not so sure he shouldn't go to the NFL." Emmett Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is on his plate? When it comes time to make that decision in a few weeks.
Well, he's gonna, if he's considering, if it's even a choice for him, then he's gonna have to weigh both options. So, what are you gonna get from Nebraska in terms of rev share and outside NIL? And it could be significant. Like, it could be substantial to the point where he's definitely a 7-figure guy. I mean, if he's coming back and he's a Heisman candidate, she would be, and then you can have him really be a candidate, because you can start it in the off season and heading into the season, and his name will be something that voters know in August and September, even before. Take him to Big Ten Media Days. Like, yeah, he's going to be worth every penny of what Nebraska would pay him, and it would be a lot. So you have to weigh that against how it plays out with the NFL. He very well might be in position to make more at Nebraska next year than he would in the NFL as a rookie, but the long-term situation, it's impossible for Nebraska to compete with that. It might be impossible for Nebraska to compete with what the NFL can offer, because you get a year of service, you start working toward that second contract, which is where you really make your money. And there are other benefits of being in the NFL, like a pension down the road. You also are not at all. You're not running the risk of having a major injury before you ever get started with your career, if your career is going to start next year in the NFL. So it's still a stacked deck against Nebraska, no matter what if it's a financial thing and a security thing. It might not be. Maybe Emmett, is going to take other things into consideration too, and wants to be a part of this Nebraska community and a part of whatever they can do and make a run at the playoff next year. So all of those things will have to be weighed, but most of the time when these decisions come in front of players, they go where the money and the security is. And long term, like you don't really now if he were projected as like a 6th or 7th round pick, then that's another check mark in Nebraska's column, because you're not even guaranteed a roster spot. But I think he's probably played his way into something higher than that.
All right, Mitch, we will let you go. Great conversation as always, and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Big decisions coming up for many, many people, and a lot of it hangs on how these next two games go. So whoever said these two games were important, I don't think anybody. For
Yeah.
Is the bowl game important?
Kind of depends on how these two go, right?
Hey, by the way, are people sitting out bowl games anymore? Do you think anybody will sit out bowl games? Like anybody of note?
I mean,
I think
Emmett would, right?
I don't like if Emmett decided that he was coming back to Nebraska.
No, then he would play.
Then he would play.
Yeah.
If Emmett decided that he was going pro, which I don't think is it will probably be a decision he'll have to make by then. I don't know what the deadline is for that.
Who knows?
Then definitely not. Right. So I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at over the next several weeks. A lot is on the table for Nebraska football. I think the trend of sitting out bowl games just for the hell of it, though, might be going away. There might be incentives in some guys' contracts.
Oh, okay.
To play in the games.
I'm definitely noticing it less. Like, unless it's
not as big of a deal anymore.
Yeah, unless it's like, hey, all of Alabama sat in their bowl game against Michigan because they didn't make. There's always those two teams that were like, we kind of thought we were going to make the playoff and then we didn't.
Right.
The Gator Bowl doesn't seem that fun anymore.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Now the Gator Bowl seems kind of bleeped up. That's what they're saying. All right. Don't forget to get your opinions in coming up at noon for I Have an Opinion. And we'll be back with the odd news first after this on 1620 The Zone.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
Don't forget, I have an opinion that's coming up in just a few minutes. And you could win Omaha basketball tickets. You could. But you do have to send in an opinion. But first, the odd news. Josh, what do we have?
Well, we go to Waco, Texas for story number 1.
Whoa, how odd are we talking here?
Not very.
Okay. There's some odd things that have happened in Waco before.
Now, this just says Baylor coach Nikki Collin. I'm going to assume.
How's it spelled?
Nicki.
Collin?
Collen, excuse me.
She appears to be the women's basketball coach.
That would have been my guess. She's got
Why
a new.
would have been your guess, Josh?
Because she is of women. See, that didn't
Women
sound right
can coach
either.
other sports too.
Yes, they can, but in Waco, can they? Sailor the cat is the newest member of Nikki's family. She was driving home from an assistant's birthday Saturday night, and she heard some meowing coming from her car.
Mm-hmm.
The coach at first thought, hey, I don't have a cat, so I must be hearing things. Yet she kept hearing it, and she kept looking around the car and not seeing anything. When she got home, her son, Connor, heard the meowing as well.
Her son, Connor. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They eventually were able to find a 4-week-old kitten
in the wheel well
in the car.
In the car.
Dad took off the front driver's side wheel and
Nailed
fender.
it.
Yep.
Nailed it.
I tried to bring it back as I know who the mom is, but now he's here with us, she said. The mothering instinct took over. I wanted to keep it alive since its mom wouldn't take it. I won't take it to a shelter. So there I was Saturday night going to Walmart to buy kitten replacement milk to feed this cat. Then I stopped off at CVS to get some syringes to take care of it.
Admittedly, it makes for a very funny press conference. I assume this all happened at a press conference.
I believe so.
But
I don't have a clip of it.
But it's possible it was on a radio show or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I do question her decision making.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that thing.
Yeah,
we're in season.
I mean, we skipped over the main part. She was like, "I'm not taking it to a shelter." Well, why not? Take it to a shelter.
Because like it warrants a follow up.
You don't want a cat. You don't have to have a cat just because a cat got placed in your wheel well of your car.
Exactly.
Nobody's forcing the cat upon you. You also have the other option of just let nature be nature.
Whoa.
What? Just let it go.
Connor, I don't think you've seen a photo of this cat. It's very cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Where is he?
How do I turn my monitor?
It's a pretty cute cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Google cute kitten. And
So
this is probably the cat that comes up.
That thing would be eaten in about 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny.
So yeah, you gotta take it to the shelter. I don't understand what her thing against shelters are.
You got the 7th ranked team in the country right now. You gotta focus. You gotta lock in.
Yeah, you don't need a cat.
Yeah. No.
Now cats are easy to take care of. I know what one of my dear closest friends told me recently that they are cat sitting.
That's right.
At the moment. And I said, What do you mean? The cat doesn't need to be watched. It's a cat.
Put some food out.
It's a pretty low effort situation.
It'll fend for itself. It might not even like you.
So I don't know. People care about cats in different ways. Sooner or later, like there's gonna be a press conference in 2 months where this coach Nikki is gonna be like, "Well,
I have an announcement to make. I want to get ahead of this.
I have an announcement to make. No, the cat is not dead. I'm a cat person now. I love cats. I just bought 4 more cats." That's what she's gonna say.
They do have a Labradoodle at the house already.
Cats and dogs.
The two seem to be getting along famously.
Of course they do. That's a myth. The cats and dogs don't get along.
Oh, okay. We go to Thurston County, Washington.
All right, let's go.
Story number 2. 3 suspects found themselves in quite the predicament Monday when they attempted to rob a home in Thurston County.
Never rob a home in Thurston County.
That's what they say. Only to be met by about 15 deputies who were nearby for firearms training.
Damn.
Uh,
Sometimes you get a bad draw, man.
the trio were arrested, however, not before. Boy, they tried their darndest to get away. It wasn't.
They did?
It wasn't a police chase, but the three put on, I guess, for lack of a better, like Patrick Mahomes wigs, with the headband and the long flowing hair. That didn't work, believe it or not.
Shocking.
And the three were arrested. One man, he said, "Hey, I got one Hail Mary here, and I'm going to use it." He told the officers he swallowed a bunch of fentanyl before
I was fentanylized.
So they took him to the hospital and then took him to jail.
Did he try to escape from the hospital?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I think at that point, like, you just realize it's not going to be your day.
All right.
It's like, it's like at the 16-minute timeout of the second half last night. It's just like, all right, we're going to turn it in. Not my day.
I can account for a lot of things. I could not account for the firearms training taking place near the house we're trying to rob.
Not our day.
Finally, we go to Vatican City. That's right.
Okay.
Ever heard of it?
Is this a Pope situation?
It's a Pope story.
Pope update?
Pope Leo the 14th has already impressed a lot of people from pointing out, I don't need to get into that, various hypocrisies, let's put it that way, to his history of enjoying the hot dogs at Wiener Circle in Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
The latest Pope has been an exciting and welcome addition to the Vatican, according to this article. The question on people's minds, what's in Pope Leo's top 4 movies?
Hello.
In an interview with Variety,
mm-hmm.
the Hollywood
he
Trade
seems very accessible. He
Yeah.
maybe is one of the most accessible popes we've had. Probably mostly because he could speak English.
Yeah. In chronological order, he names It's a Wonderful Life, The Sound of Music, Ordinary People.
I knew that they were going to be really boring.
Yeah. And Life is Beautiful as his favorite films of all time.
Yeah, so what we're really looking for when these things happen is just the one little smidge of personality.
Yep.
If he could all show us that anything about himself, if he could reveal anything about himself,
like what if he had put like Caddyshack?
Yeah, if just one little hint.
Whoa,
one
Pope
little
likes
hint.
Caddyshack.
It's like, I found myself flipping through the channels one night in Chicago, and I ended up watching Training Day a lot.
Yeah.
So we just really got obsessed with Training Day. And although that would have been a long time, but either way, just if he just said he liked Training Day, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we're getting it. These popes are pretty airtight, man.
Okay, so that begs the question: do you think that's his 4 actual favorite movies?
I do. I think
Okay.
what we're finding out is that he has no personality.
Okay, that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Now, he offered no additional commentary on the movies, just a straight, hey, these are my 4 favorite movies, no follow-ups.
Perfect.
After using his ascent to the papal see to finally meet Robert De Niro earlier this week, the new Pope is set to host, and this is a long list, try and keep up, Kate Blanchett, Spike Lee, Chris Pine, Allison Brie, and Dave Franco.
Wow.
And Severance star Adam Scott.
Okay.
This week at a I don't know if it's in Hollywood or in the Vatican, but they're all getting together this week for some type of summit.
I haven't heard any news about the Pope coming to America.
Yeah.
So
That would probably be news.
I think we would probably know about that, but I'm not
Good
sure.
point.
Maybe. Wow. So maybe, it's funny because like you're the Pope, but you used to be a normal guy.
Yeah. Used to be just a guy in Chicago.
And now all the famous movie stars want to meet him because they feel as if he is like, he's American, he is accessible, and he wouldn't mind meeting us because he at least knows who we are. But it doesn't seem like he actually cares about any of them, or probably knows about any of them. Like, do you think the Pope knows about Allison Brie? I doubt it.
Yeah. Hey, why are you
I'm surprised I know about Allison Brie.
Why are you getting naked so much in your movies, Allison?
Poll question: does the Pope know about Allison Brie?
Okay. Great poll question.
Put that up there.
Mhm.
Let's see what everybody thinks of that. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. The noon hour is coming up, beginning with I have an opinion. Get those opinions in, and we will read them. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
This is the I Have an Opinion song. Haven't done an intro yet. Need to get on that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's time for I Have an Opinion, the only segment in radio where you guys send stuff and the hosts read it.
That's right.
The only one.
I hear that what's his name? Bill Simmons, is that his name? Am I getting that right?
Jack Wagon.
He's bringing the Bill Simmons podcast or whatever. Apparently he's a podcaster of some renown. He's bringing it to Netflix.
Which podcast on Netflix,
which is a streaming service of some renown. And he's doing like a, hey, email me your questions and I'll answer them segment for it.
On Netflix?
Yeah. Feels like he's ripping off I Have an Opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is better. And we're not on Netflix.
Nope.
And it's free.
And neither of our uncles appear on this show.
You don't need a subscription service to listen to I Have an Opinion.
We would never put I Have an Opinion behind a paywall.
Never?
Well, for the foreseeable future.
I wouldn't say never, Josh. You never really know
That's
what's
right.
going to happen. All right. I have an opinion. Let's do it. What do we got?
SEAL Team Nick.
Oh, SEAL Team Nick.
On the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed.
Oh, yeah. You're the one who has Happer Show. Go ahead. So I don't
yeah.
have, I could do it, but it's just hard.
I have an opinion. Keeping a wheel well cat is a sign of a larger undiagnosed hoarding problem. You could certainly make the case.
Yeah.
You found a cat and kept it.
I mean, it was cute.
It was a very cute cat.
It was a cute cat. And so, like, there's an immediate emotional attachment that you get when you see that cute of a cat. You want to protect it.
Not a cat guy, but that was a very cute cat.
You want to make sure that the cat doesn't die on your watch, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it becomes really difficult to just let it go, knowing that it ain't going to survive more than 5 minutes in the wilderness.
Okay.
In the wild.
That's true.
And so then you're down to two choices. Either do something about it, like take it to somewhere, which requires, a trip to the shelter,
probably some
paperwork. Like, I don't know what comes of that, but it's probably not easily doable in like an hour. It's going to take up your afternoon. Or you keep it for the time being or forever, or until you get time to go over to the shelter or whatever it might be. So it's really, really difficult, but I still would have gone with the shelter option. I would have made time.
Yeah, feels like that's probably the right option.
People want to adopt cats. Or maybe I guess you do have another option. You could put a post on Facebook and you could say, I found a cat. Does anybody want it? Guarantee you'd get some takers on that. She being a 50-year-old mother, yes.
Give it to one of the players.
She is 100% getting some bites on, I found a cat in my wheel well. Will someone take it?
She's got 12 players that she sees each and every day. I'm
That's
sure one of
true.
them would be like, ooh, cat.
That's true. But I don't know. Yeah. Yes, you could do that.
YouTube opinion from Coop.
Hello, Coop.
I have an opinion. When a ball gets stuck between the rim and the backboard, what Kevin Harlan calls a wedgie.
Many call it a wedgie.
Possession should go to the other team out of sheer shame.
I agree with that, actually. It should not be a jump ball.
Mm-hmm.
You should not have a 50-50 shot at getting a free possession if you shoot the ball so poorly like that. Who from Lincoln dares call me right now, Josh?
Probably Amy.
Amy who?
The basketball coach.
You think so?
She's like, hey, Connor.
You think I should answer it?
STFU about the women's basketball coaches and the cats.
Whoa. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to answer it. It went to voicemail. We'll see what the voicemail's about.
Okay. Let's see. I got an email opinion here as well.
Okay.
Equitable Bank Zone inbox, where they take banking personally. Hey, Connor and Josh.
Hi.
My opinion is, I haven't read this yet, is that South Stadium is hot garbage, and we get to remove up to 3 people for each home game if they are being drunk morons or irritating, loud, foul-mouthed fish heads. We went to the USC game with our kids, and dudes are chucking beer cans, dropping F-bombs, and they made it a very unenjoyable game. I wanted to zap the fools out of the stadium. So how about we have a system in place where we can throw a net over up to 3 people, and the police will then toss them in the bushes until the end of the game.
Who's we?
I don't know.
The collective we?
I think so.
Like everyone who's not drunk gets a net to catch drunk people?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah, that's Michael's suggestion.
I don't trust everybody. I can't trust somebody implicitly just because they're not drunk.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I cannot give out nets to people at a football game. I would say you could, there's always a safety number that you could text. I'm sure somebody will be on it.
Going around?
Somebody will be on it fast. Definitely fast. It definitely won't take 30 to 45 minutes for anybody to get to you in South Stadium. I don't think it's that part about South Stadium that is a problem. I think it's more the structural integrity.
Yeah.
That
seems to be the more pressing issue.
They are quite crammed over there, the Cram Boys.
Platcat says, you know where you don't have that problem? Your couch.
Maybe you could just, with all the people in there, you could just crowd surf them out. Just,
I imagine you and a bunch of other like-minded individuals could probably figuratively push that person out of the section.
Yeah.
Through shame or mockery.
If public shame doesn't work, then you got to call somebody.
Hank adds, the head coach asked for the F-bombs, though. He wanted it nasty.
He did. He did
for
say
USC.
That. He did say
that was a blackout.
He said, "Forget about Nebraska, nice baby."
Want to make sure the texters get involved.
We got a lot of those. I also have a variety of different emails as well. All right, so let me go through a thing of what I have, a list of what I have here. This is Caleb. This is on the Equitable Bank inbox. I haven't read any of these, by the way. I have an opinion. I believe that people should have to retake the driver's test every 15 years. It is absolutely crazy that some of the people on the road are allowed to drive. This all stemmed from me getting stuck behind someone going 30 miles an hour on an on-ramp for Dodge. Caleb, that wouldn't help. I wish I could tell you that it would. I wish I could tell you that we could do something about this. We have to do something about this. But we can't. We can't. We got to catch these scumbags, Josh. Down, left.
We got to nail these scumbags.
We got to nail these guys.
Yeah.
But we can't.
We can't.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you should. If you're going on 680 North and you're trying to get on the West Dodge Expressway, has anybody ever tried to do this? You are on 680 North and you're trying to get on the West Dodge Expressway.
Okay.
You can't. No matter what time of day, there is a single file line all the way back to the curvy off ramp from 680.
Yeah, because they made the on ramps like
one lane.
Then the lane disappears. It's like 100 feet. That's all the on ramp is.
And nobody knows how to zipper merge.
Yep.
And so everybody's in one lane. It is I don't know who did that or who thought of that. That needs to be rectified immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately.
For sure.
Big time problem. Here's Seth.
Hi, Seth.
I have an opinion. Most of the time, all that food needs is a little salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That's it. There's no need to buy a $40 jar of seasoning. Big seasoning be scamming us. Seth says.
All right. Poll question.
Do big seasoning be scamming us?
Big seasoning be scamming us.
Mostly yes. Also, you shouldn't spend $40 on your seasoning. Yeah. I buy the Tony Sacheries every time I run it.
Great pick.
It's great. It's excellent. And it goes on everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So just, stick to the main ones. You don't need to get too crazy with it. I generally agree with the premise of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Here's another one from Seth.
Hi, Seth.
I have an opinion. You're taking your kids to an adult environment when you decide to take them to a Husker football game. They will see adult things and hear adult language.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not inherently an adult thing.
There's probably a middle ground between those two schools of thought.
Sports are for children also.
Yeah.
They're not exclusively for children. We have to find a way to coexist with the children. That's what we have to do. All right.
Many people in the YouTube chat are positive Seth is white.
I am also positive that Seth is white.
Okay.
Here's old man Doug.
Hi, OMD.
I have an opinion. The only thing worse than a bot answering the phone is a lying bot. I recently asked a bot if it was a bot, and it said it was a real person, only to later admit that it was a bot. I hate bots. They suck. That's Doug's opinion. Doug, handshake beam. I agree with you completely. They're so bad. It's so bad.
If only there was a place where a real human answered the phone on the first ring.
On the first ring. Doug, you keep fighting the good fight, man. It's a battle worth fighting for sure. Speaking of construction, here's one from Michael.
Hi, Michael.
I have an opinion. Construction in this city is stupid and out of control. I heard that Giles is opening back up. Is this today?
I have heard this as well. It is sometime this week if it hasn't happened already.
Oh.
We back.
Construction in the city is stupid and out of control. It's one thing close to 72nd L, but as someone who lives in Ralston, 84th and 60th becomes a cluster. I don't know. You'd think for the high volume of traffic those streets see now, they would, I don't know, extend the timing of the lights to last a little longer on both 84th and 60th Street. It's just ridiculous. Michael, it's not, you're right. It's not that hard if we're dealing with some extra congestion due to overflow from places and from roads in town that are closed. It wouldn't be that hard to change the timing on the lights a little bit to control the excess flow of traffic, but they don't do it.
They don't.
Because they don't care about you.
No.
I don't know what they care about. I don't know what they're doing.
They care about starting projects, not necessarily finishing projects.
We will start projects. We will start projects.
Can't wait for Crossroads to go vertical. Saw that headline last week. Yeah.
There's a big dirt pile, I'll tell you that.
Good luck, buddy. I'll believe it when I see it.
I've seen the dirt pile keeps getting taller every day.
The word boondoggle comes to mind.
Here's John. Oh, look, it's another construction one.
Hi, John.
I feel like this is like a construction venting segment now.
Sure.
I have an opinion. Whoever decided to start tearing down a bridge on a major Omaha street in the middle of November, right when winter starts, when road construction is difficult, should be fired and put in jail until after the project is complete.
Now I agree with this person, Michael, right?
This one was John.
John, I'm sorry.
This is I hate Matt Rule, John.
I believe there's one bridge, and I don't know if this is the bridge John is talking about.
He's talking about Farnham, right?
Yeah, that they had to do it now, or it could have gone bad.
No, they took Farnham out because of the streetcar.
Because of the streetcar. Okay, there's one bridge in this town, and I forget where it's at, that they were like, we do not have a choice. We have to do this now.
I think it might have been another one in that stretch of bridges that go over 480.
21st? Is that a bridge? Is there a bridge there?
21st?
Yeah, I don't know.
And what?
I don't know. Platte says 72nd Street Bridge. Is that what I'm thinking of, Platte?
72nd and what?
There was
over like center or under center,
over center,
yeah. I don't know that, Josh. I don't know that. It'd be pure speculation on my part. Here's a text from the 402.
Hi, 402.
It's actually Alex in Omaha, as he identifies himself.
72nd and L, Platte says.
I have an opinion, possible hot take. Sometimes I wish the Huskers were not the only game in town. Because they are so popular, the discourse usually surrounding the program is filled with people that don't know ball. I'm not claiming to be a ball knower. I do consider myself to be a somewhat intelligent football fan. I'm mostly talking about Raiola versus Latif thing. You don't have to have an opinion on what's going to happen. Let the season play out. Rant over. Alex in Omaha.
I like Alex's opinion. Now, boy, with the basketball discourse,
we are
I hate.
There's a lot of non-basketball knowers in this
because it's just
a lot.
It's just, hey, Nebraska won last night. Creighton lost. What up?
Yeah, and it's not just Nebrasketball fans. I'll tell you that it's not just basketball fans. There are many non-ball knowers.
Sometimes the discourse is just.
It can be a lot.
Yeah, I guess it can be a lot when we're all focused on the same thing too. So I don't know.
It tends to be a football-brained conversation about basketball. Not healthy.
Yeah.
Not good.
Right.
Here is John.
Hi, John.
Not that John. Different John.
Hi, different
I
John.
have an opinion. I think it would be really nice of you if you guys answered the call on the first ring when old man Doug calls in. We always answer when Doug calls. We cannot guarantee a first ring answer, mostly because of our cascading phone line situation.
I'm trying to be nicer, but
we always let caller on the air.
It is hard to answer the phone when you have to play whack-a-mole with the phone system.
The 308.
Hi, 308.
I have an opinion. Eating lunch in your car to avoid having small talk with coworkers should be a normal thing.
Great opinion. Frame that one.
Having lunch should be a more normal thing for
Well,
me.
yes.
But yeah, go for it. Yeah.
This was not a crossover topic today like we thought it was going to be, but you packed a lunch today, Connor.
I know. I was surprised that I didn't get made fun of.
What was the vessel you chose to bring this lunch
to
the office in?
I decided that I was going to eat like something substantial for lunch today because I'm not going to eat dinner until like 6 o'clock. You know me. I usually eat dinner at like 3:30.
That's right. Oh, the phone's ringing. They're testing us.
Perfect. We're going to answer it. So I'm not going to eat dinner until a little bit later tonight because I'm not going to eat until I get to the arena for basketball. And so I figured I was not going to make it from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night without eating something. So I packed a lunch, and what I decided to pack, what I knew that I was going to bring was 4 Uncrustables, a Ziploc bag of popcorn, and 2 packages of Sour Patch Kids and 2 packages of Skittles and a Diet Coke. A great lunch, I know. And
not the healthiest.
Then I said to my wife, excuse me, wife, do we have any grocery store bags? And she said, no, because I filled all the tiny trash cans in the house with them. And I said, damn it, what am I supposed to do? She said, you could bring a lunchbox. And I said, I don't want to bring a lunchbox. That's just another thing for me to carry, and then it gets all the stuff is like, I don't want to have that with me. It defeats the purpose. I wanted the bag because it's disposable. And she said, bring a Ziploc bag. So I put all of the things, including this Ziploc bag of popcorn and the 4 Uncrustables and the Diet Coke and the packages of candy into a bigger Ziploc bag. And I was surprised that nobody made fun of me for it. I mean, I was kind of looking for somebody to make fun of me for it.
God, you're like Emilio Estevez in The Breakfast Club, where he just kept moving, just kept unpacking a lunch.
I was like, what? You guys aren't making fun of me for this? What's going on?
I'll bring you some grocery bags.
I have them.
There's roughly 1.5 million of them in my house. They're a scourge on my house.
We had a sink situation recently, so we had to clear everything out, and then it was at that point we lost all of our grocery bags, and then all the ones that we did had got put in the tiny trash cans.
Sure.
So it was just a rare situation.
You're rebuilding.
All right, 316.
Hi, 316.
I have an opinion. Saban should give McAfee's chair a good kick. Now that would be funny if Nick Saban just kicked Pat McAfee's chair.
His chair.
That'd be awesome.
He's in it, I assume.
Here's Cody.
Hi, Cody.
I have an opinion. I just realized I am like the city of Omaha. I am good at starting projects, but very bad at finishing them.
I get it.
Yeah. Another construction one from the 531.
Hi, 531.
People need to live. I have an opinion. People need to live with the construction, as this is a metro of over 1 million people.
No.
You refuse to live with construction?
I can
Josh?
live with some construction. I cannot live with rampant construction.
It is. They need to map out the city in like high stress area, low stress area, and they need to not do all the high stress areas at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now everything kind of turns into a high stress area at rush hour. Like we can't have all the major arteries to the city and inside of it being, transferred to a different place at once.
Yes.
This is it's a problem.
We've also grown faster than the infrastructure can.
Yeah, there's no doubt
handle. So
I think
nobody had the foresight to say, "Hey,
Dude.
let's build extra north-south travel ways."
Dude, I think about that with Lincoln all the time. Yeah. Whenever I think the construction and the traffic is bad in Omaha, I think about Lincoln.
And how it's somehow worse.
The worst town to drive in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a city built for 50,000 people that has like over 150,000 now. It's so bad. There's only 2 roads in that entire city that are worth going on. The rest of them, you know how we have 42nd, 60th, 72nd, 84th, whatever, like it goes like so. Their streets like that, only like 2 of them are non 1-lane roads. Like traffic against traffic.
Mhm.
It's baffling. It's baffling. It has to be the worst city to drive in the United States.
We had a spy report on the phone.
Oh, yeah?
What
do we got?
Believe the Giles exit. They are in the process of removing the barricades.
Whoa. Well, what a big day for Omaha. Huge. Let's see. Pedro. Hi,
Pedro.
guys. Did you bring your lunch in a briefcase? No, that would have been my next option, though. Joe, how did you land on 4 Uncrustables as being the right number of Uncrustables? Thank you for that question, Joe. I appreciate it. I usually bring 2 for a snack. Well, I don't usually bring 2 I sometimes bring 2 for a snack.
When you bring them, you bring 2 for a snack.
Correct.
So 4 would be
so
a
I
meal?
needed to double it. Yeah.
Now you went to Costco for your Uncrustables.
Yeah, I got the big giant
At the grocery store, you can get a box of 4, and that's usually what I do.
Oh, I got a box of like 30.
Nice.
Yeah. And it costs an arm and a leg, but like I said, prices don't matter at Costco. Let's see. I have an opinion. My 4th grader knows more about nutrition than Connor and his ridiculous lunch.
Oh no.
Good Lord, man. I'm not trying to convince anybody that it's high on the food pyramid here.
It
I'm not.
sounds delicious, all of it.
I mean, it was good. The candy was thrown in late because we still have the Halloween candy, and I'm like, why not throw that in there and make it look funnier?
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a.
But
if this were April, that wouldn't have been included, and it
would
would
not
have been popcorn and Uncrustables. And you'd be like, oh, okay.
Jed writes in.
Hi, Jed.
I have an opinion that I keep forgetting about. Virginia Adriano's nickname should be the Leaning Tower of Lincoln. Italy reference.
Yeah.
Good. Also, volleyball related from the 531. I have an opinion. Our volleyball team is good. Disagree. I think they're good.
I think
incredibly good.
They're great.
For the 402.
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. If you close the end of a soft shell taco, it's still a taco, not a burrito. Actually, that's Matt.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like taco burrito, like you know when you see it.
Mhm.
Both ends of a burrito are closed and wrapped tightly. That's not a taco. A taco is loose. A taco is
there's more stuff in a burrito usually as well. Yeah.
I think it's in the like if you wrap it tight. Like I've always been confused about amigos. Or
Careful.
there's some places around here that like they do the taquitos, but they call them tacos. Oh, those aren't tacos. Or they, in some cases they call them burritos too. I guess they're technically burritos. It's kind of confusing, but you know it when you see it. You know what a taquito looks like. You know what a burrito looks like. You know what a taco looks like. Don't be an idiot.
It's what have you seen the meme that Taco Bell is basically a tortilla with stuff in different shapes and they
accurate
with different words.
Accurate, completely.
I'm paraphrasing poorly, but
oh, you're right. Also, people correcting me on the population of Lincoln. Connor, Lincoln's population is 300,000, not counting the college kids. Not an opinion, just facts. I have a fact, said the text line.
Connor has Nick facts.
Sorry, I apologize. It's the point was it is built for much less people, not prepared for the expansion that it has gone through.
Yeah.
John says, I have an opinion. Even if you understand nutrition, you could still eat a crap lunch that tastes great. That's what being an adult means. I agree. I can make my own choices.
Hell yeah.
Here is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
People who eat at their desks and need to stop eating foods that are loud when chewing. People at work who eat at their desk need to stop eating foods that are loud when chewing. I have a coworker who eats a sandwich, bag of Fritos, and an apple for lunch every day. The loud chewing of the Fritos and the apple drive me crazy. Yeah, you got to get out of there. Just walk away when it's lunchtime.
I think when it relates to noise and coworkers, everyone should be respectful of everyone else's space.
Good job. Here's John.
Hi, John.
He's like a third John.
A lot of Johns.
I have an opinion that the commercial on how to be a good dad, all of the voice actor kids are actually one middle-aged dude. I I don't know that for certain, but it's possible.
We didn't make that in house. Okay.
Nope.
I can't answer
that's
that
a
question.
PSA from
Yep.
on high. And I have an opinion from Fritzy.
Hi, Fritzy from the Dan Patrick Show.
Yes.
Okay.
We need to shut the whole city down so we can build streetcars everywhere. It has worked out so well for the Blackstone area. $140 million project now looking like $500 million. Isn't construction great? Dude, I was in Blackstone last Friday, and I'm like, how do these businesses are dead?
Yeah.
They have no chance at survival.
No chance. It's almost like
what? It's almost like what?
It's almost like the planners knew that and
didn't care.
We'll buy the real estate low and move in, and
that's not good to think about. Stay strong.
It's not.
Stay strong, all my friends
That's
in Blackstone.
Don't let them buy you out.
A once thriving neighborhood will live on if you just hang on a little bit longer. And by a little bit, I mean several years while they build the streetcar track. Yeah. Sorry.
Yikes.
I went to Mula, though. It was awesome.
Oh.
I had
Did you get some ice cream?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, I had Blackstone Butterbrickle ice cream.
Classic.
At like 4:00 on it's probably about 4:30 on a Friday. There was nobody in there.
Hell yeah.
It was awesome. And that guy, hey, so the guy at Coneflower with the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have clones?
I don't know, but he's always in there. It doesn't matter which location.
He's always
I go
in every
to.
location. He's always in every location. Yep. I met him. I talked to him one time, and I should have asked him this last time. I was like, where do you work? Like,
it cannot just
say
be
I work at Blackstone. There's 3 Blackstone locations, or I'm sorry, Coneflower locations.
Yeah. They're very far away from each other.
They're very far away from each other. He can't be at all of them at once. But yet I've never been in a Coneflower store and when he's not there. Never. Not once. I've been there dozens of times.
It cannot be happenstance that we just always end up at the same location. Like,
I know. It's amazing.
My working theory, triplets.
I think possibly Tom Brady clone situation.
Yes.
Bree Baby writes in, or Bry Baby, I can't remember.
Hi, Bry.
I'm happy to say that Crescent Moon was there long before the Blackstone District, and it will be there long after the demise of the Blackstone District. That is likely true. You cannot kill Crescent Moon.
Seems like it. Yeah.
You cannot kill Crescent Moon. Hopefully. All right. I have an opinion. Thank you all for sending those opinions in.
Good work.
We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
He gives you the latest sports news, interviews, and life-changing commentary with a smile on his face. Because he wears those ticklish underpants.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, a couple things I want to cover here as we're back on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone. Number one, I just saw this. This is from NJ.com. Now, I know one person who's routinely in the chat, but usually not around this time, who's a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. So that person likely already knows about this. So the GM meetings are going on right now in Vegas, I believe.
Not in Florida?
No, that's the winter meetings. You're thinking of the winter meeting. You're thinking of the winter meetings at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GM meetings are different. The owner meetings are different than it's all
okay.
Yeah. I don't know that it's always been in Vegas, but it is in Vegas now. So this is from Randy Miller of NJ.com. So talking about he was talking to Ben Cherington, who is the general manager for the Pirates, and took some questions about a variety of different topics. And then the reporter brought up something that Cherington didn't know about Paul Skeens, the 2024 Rookie of the Year and the person who's going to win the NL Cy Young in what, a week or the end of the week or something like that. According to a Pirates teammate who recently spoke with NJ Advanced Media, Skeens has, quote, no confidence the Pirates are ever going to win with him in Pittsburgh. And he's, quote, Skeens, he's, quote, hoping for a trade well before he can become a free agent after the 2029 season. The anonymous teammate of Paul Skeens, who plays for the Pirates right now, said, quote, trust me, he wants to play for the Yankees. I've heard him say it multiple times. And so he had this. Go ahead. Yep. Big time.
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then he had this. He had talked to this anonymous, or it wasn't anonymous to him. He had talked to this teammate and then brought it up with Ben Cherington, like to his surprise. And Ben Cherington, the GM of the Pirates, said, I do dismiss it, but I understand it. What we're going to focus on is just how do we win games with him in a Pirates uniform. I have a ton of respect for the Yankees, but we'll focus on what we need to do. So the headline of the story was Paul Skeens has a Yankees dream. Trust me, teammate says, and Pirates, quote, understand it. Oh, no. That is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
That is the most heartbreaking news ever if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates guy. Oh, man.
As a baseball fan, that's very disheartening. Not because I thought they'd build a winner around Paul Skeens.
No, I knew that. They definitely won't.
Yeah.
I'm ready to share this opinion now. I've thought about it a little bit because it feels like we're building to this point. I want him to be a Yankee. I think he'd be a great Yankee. I think he'd be an awesome, not quite villain, but like he's the perfect, in the same way that like Garrett Cole is a good Yankee, you know, big, tall, flame-throwing right-hander, like has all the stardom, doesn't have any personality.
That's right. None whatsoever.
Therefore would be a perfect fit for New York. Mm-hmm. He's a lot like Judge in that way. He's a lot like Garrett Cole in that way. Those guys don't have personalities. Jeter doesn't have a personality.
Whoa,
like,
yeah.
I think he's the perfect Yankee.
Hot girlfriend, so we can just kind of look down upon all the bums in New York and go, my life's better than yours.
And remember, Livy Dunn tried to buy Babe Ruth's apartment.
That's right.
So I
can't wait for the Ruth family to backpedal on that one in a couple of years when he's a fellow Yankee.
As sad as it might be for baseball, and definitely sad for Pirates fans, it does feel like he's probably going to end up a Yankee.
Can the Dodgers buy him?
Probably.
and not pay him for like 12 years.
Yeah, I could see him as a West Coast guy, but he fits a little bit better as an
West
East
Coast
Coast
guy.
guy to me. You know, he's kind of got the West Coast like laissez-faire attitude on things. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Whatever. Did you see those waves? He's that kind of is him a little bit, but I think he's a better Yankee than a Dodger, which is just must be a gut-wrenching conversation to hear.
Do they got muscle milk in New York City?
Oh, yeah,
okay, I'm there.
They got muscle milk. They got honey.
They got honey?
Yep. He's chugging all them things. So a person with knowledge of the pitcher's past intentions, I don't know who that might be, said, quote, Skeens grew up a big Angels fan. He talked about going to the Arizona Fall League when he was 9 or 10 years old and getting Mike Trout's autograph. I used to think Anaheim was where Skeens would go.
He's just in East Coast Anaheim right now.
Yeah. It's Pittsburgh, East Coast Anaheim.
Okay.
Mustache Adam writes in,
Hi, Mustache.
Skeens wants to be a Yankee so Livy can get Babe Ruth's apartment finally. No, the reason why
Babe, we got to go be a Yankee. I need that apartment. I don't.
No, just
I don't,
because
no
he's
one
a
tells
Yankee,
me no.
No, the fact that he's a Yankee would hurt him because they didn't want such public people.
That's right.
Right? That wasn't their reasoning. So, yeah. Can't wait till that happens and the baseball world all explodes. I mean, this is a real report. This is a real NJ.com article. I'm looking at it.
They have him until 2029.
Well, that's how it is with rookie deals.
Okay.
Yeah.
He came up so fast. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't hit. I mean, he doesn't hit arbitration for another couple of years. Like he's making less than I think he's making probably less than $2 million.
I guess
now he got a huge signing bonus. Obviously,
I do have him on my franchise in the show, and
he doesn't cost a lot.
He's the best pitcher in the league, and he costs me $750,000 a season.
You got it. $820,000 a year. That's what Paul Skeens make from a salary standpoint. He also got a record-breaking $12.7 million signing bonus at the point in time in which he was drafted. So that's better. He's still in pre-arbitration. He's still in pre-arbitration next year. Baseball contracts are so stupid. It's really funny though. All right. I wanted to give Josh a platform to talk about something that he's passionate about. And I was going to do that here, but the Paul Skeens thing took a couple more seconds than I wanted it to.
Good segment.
So let's take a break and we'll give Josh some space.
I don't know what we're talking about, but okay, let's go.
You do. It revolves around some pictures that you may have seen. Not you. Everyone may have seen on your social medias last night and tonight, by the way, as well. Back after this on 1620 The Zone. last night it became obvious that there was a natural phenomenon going on.
Obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you spend any time on social media, all of a sudden you have people telling you to look outside. And yes, I've always thought that the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, are very, very cool. But last night I had this thought in my head when I was told by many to go outside and look around, which I did, by the way. I had the thought of, oh, Josh is going to have a rant on this tomorrow. right after it, and it wasn't after I saw it or didn't see it. It was after I took the picture and I said, yeah, we're going to have to clear out and let Josh take the ISO on this one for a couple minutes. So Josh, what did you notice about the Aurora Borealis last night?
I noticed everyone, and sometimes we exaggerate, but I mean literally every single person with a social media account posted a photo of their house.
I didn't post it.
The Aurora Borealis. I'm going to refer to the tweets of one Jack Mitchell who nailed the take on this. Let's see, where's the best?
Let me just sit back and crack open another package of Sour Patch.
Yeah, you're not needed right now.
All right.
Let's see. I don't know if this is the Northern Lights or whatever. It doesn't look anything like that with my eyes. Just a dark sky like every night. Looked a little green on my phone. Anyway, what a moment for me, probably. Kind of reminds me when everyone was all like, OMG, Snapchat will put dog ears on you and a tongue hanging out if you look at yourself through your phone. You should try it. Still can't stop thinking about that moment last night for me when the sky looked a little green, but only when I took a picture of it on my phone. Nature is amazing. Seems like I could see the Northern Lights whenever I want just using Google, and it would have been the same thing as last night.
Okay, now hang on.
What are we freaking out about?
That's not true. It's cool when you have a picture of it on your phone. But as Jack's point, well taken and very true, if you lived in a city. If you lived in the middle of the country, it's not true. If you lived in the middle of nowhere with no city lights, you were able to see it with your eyes. Right?
I don't know.
100%. That's definitely the truth. There's a rhetorical question. So if you're listening to us and you're in Omaha, you're in Lincoln, you realize that you took a picture of the sky and you're at your house and it's surrounded by other houses and street lights and a bustling city. You thought, well, I'm not seeing what everybody else is seeing. Let me try and take a picture and see what happens. And then your phone like kind of turns it green, kind of turns it purple. Here's what I got. I didn't share it last night on social media. But
you weren't trying to get some clicks.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's kind of green there.
A little greeny haze there.
I mean, it's a cool picture. I'm glad I have it, Josh. But
just like
the sky looked very normal when I was looking at it with my eyes.
Just like that photo of that concert you went to. I'm glad I have this. I'll never look at it or use it, but I'm glad I have it.
Yes. The photos. Photos for me are like they're kind of reminders of things that I've done, but mostly they serve the purpose of me trying to like backtrack what I did on any given day.
Okay.
Like if you asked me what I was doing on August 14th, 2022, obviously I'd have no idea. But if I looked at my camera roll, I might be able to give you a pretty good idea. What was the date I just said?
August 14th, 2022.
Right. I swear to God, I just made that up. I have no idea what this is going to reveal. August 14th, 2022. So I was at a Union Omaha game on the 17th. I did a Union Omaha game on the 17th. Oh, I saved a lot of stuff on the 17th.
Okay.
The 14th. Oh, here it is. For some reason, I wore this Jim Croce shirt and this hat.
Look at you.
What do you guys think about that?
Wow.
I don't know what we were doing.
Huh.
My wife would be able to tell you what we were doing.
But
we went to some sort of themed party, and I wore this Jim Croce shirt and this scarf and this hat. What was this? See, I would never have remembered that if I didn't have my camera.
But
with.
I like that. I know that existed because I can see it. I see that you were wearing the Jim Croce shirt.
Yeah. And you'll
The
remember
hat.
that the Northern Lights happened on your phone on November 11th, 2025.
I would like to read the best tweet from Jack Mitchell last night.
Okay.
All these years, people are like, put your phone down, enjoy the world with your senses. And then I told my wife the sky just looked like the night, and this may be a false alarm. She was like, wow, you have to look at it through your phone so you could really experience it. I would argue if you have to look at through your phone to experience it, then you are not experiencing it.
Yeah, but it only appears through your phone.
I can experience lots of things on my
phone.
phone.
No, but the chances you couldn't experience it if not for your phone.
I didn't experience it.
You could have
because I was looking at my phone.
If you would have taken a picture of it, you would have experienced it. But since you didn't, you did not. That's how unique that event was last night. For us city folk. We got a tweet here from Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Leave it to you guys to poo-poo nature's beauty. It was very visible by many people with their naked eyes, even as far south as Texas. At different points of the night, it was more brilliant than other times. I'm not doing that for the record. I'm not doing that with the record. This is baked in. Josh doesn't like when so many people talk about one thing.
Well, yeah, that's part of this. But
Yes.
the main thing is, if you could see it with your naked eye, that's great. Enjoy it. Look at it. Love it. Take
Many
a picture
people
of
could.
it.
You might be able to see it tonight. Why don't you take Why don't you take the time and go out into the country tonight? Go out into the non-city, you city boy.
Why would I
lay
go
in the bed of a truck and stare up at the stars?
What am I, 15?
Yeah.
You want me to pack some
Bring your
Boone's Farm?
favorite girl with you.
My best gal?
Yeah, your best gal. Bring her with.
No.
It could be fun. It could be a fun activity. And then you won't have to look at it through your phone.
I can look up the Roman Colosseum, and then it's like I was there, right? I could find on Instagram. I bet someone took a tour of the Roman Colosseum, and boom, it's just like I was at the Roman.
No.
I
It's different when it's on your
the
phone.
beauty and the splendor of the Roman Colosseum.
It's different when it's on your phone, dude. It is. It just is. If I went to the Roman Colosseum,
content.
I had a picture of a Roman Colosseum that I took with my thumb.
Mm-hmm.
I would be showing people that picture because I show people pictures.
I
Want to
mean,
see a picture?
I experienced a Metallica concert and probably took a video of it. I mean, does that mean
You went to a Metallica concert?
Would everyone like to see my Metallica concert video?
No, not everybody wants to
audio's-
see it.
The audio's terrible.
But just because you're capable of looking at somebody else's picture doesn't mean you get to experience. You experienced it now. You have it, and you have it as a memory for you. And your phone helps you out with your memory.
What's the best part about memories?
Making them.
That's right.
YouTube comment.
Hi, YouTube.
Black Cat. Great date idea for McMaster. Take the best gal and lay in the bed of a truck. Matt would need a truck and a gal and be able to find his way to the country. Just
And
not
Boone's
that
Farm.
not that far away from the city, but I think Matt could do it. That'd be a great idea for him. But it doesn't seem like his style. He seems like more of a, would you like another whiskey sour at our local bar?
Hey, do you like the wood paneling? I picked it out especially for you, babe.
Cody writes in,
Hi, Code.
once I saw the first picture on Twitter last night, I knew that Josh would be triggered.
There were so many of them. They were all the same.
Mine was bad. Mine wasn't good compared to everybody else's. Everybody else got it better than me.
Now, why is this not a thing with do we just not take a picture of ourselves at sporting events anymore? Like, hey, I'm at the Creighton game. Hey, I'm at the Nebraska football game. Like,
no, people do that.
They don't post?
That's a Facebook thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Nobody wants to show their face on Twitter anymore because they'll get dragged. People call them fat and ugly, and then it gets personal, and you don't want to do that. That's why everybody's got burners.
I gotta get a burner.
You do.
But I mean,
I want to.
There's not a lot of stuff I'm holding in, though.
No,
to be honest.
Everyone, I don't know, Josh. Maybe.
I've been told I should hold things in more.
Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, guys. Josh and Jack cannot experience anything unless they look at it with their eyes. Like Mr. T, the only way he can experience an eclipse unless he's seen it with his eyes. Exactly. Remember when we had the eclipse?
I saw it with my eyes.
Well, you couldn't see it with your eyes because you had to close your eyes or you had to wear the special sunglasses. So
I saw the president look at it, so I thought it was cool to look at it.
The only way to really truly see it is with your phone.
No. I cut the hole into the cardboard, and that was an event. That was a shared experience. We all cut little holes into toilet paper tubes. How did we do that?
I bought the glass, or I bought
maybe
a
that
package of them or something. All right. So we'll take your thoughts on the Aurora Borealis and enjoy tonight, because I believe you'll have another viewing opportunity, which means
that is the case.
More pictures on your timelines.
But they're going to be slightly worse, and it's going to be more forced because
you know what?
People are like, "Oh, second chance at it."
I'm going to ask him to open up the roof at Pinnacle Bank Arena tonight. Pop it open.
Great idea.
Pop it open. We could all look up we could stop the game at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter between Creighton and Nebraska, and we'll all look up at the stars, and then we'll close it down and then play the rest of the game. How's that sound?
I like that idea.
I think they're very capable of it. All right. Let's take a break.
There any Aurora Borealis TikToks that they could do?
Oh, I'm sure. A lot of stuff going on. We can get to a couple more things about this on the other side as well, because we got some more thoughts from you all.
Okay.
And Big Ten Power Rankings with Tiers coming up on 1620 The Zone. But first, a word from our friends at Underdog, where fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. You can make those picks and win money right now in the state of Nebraska. Playing Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower. Stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get those picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Think about that on Underdog, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday I mentioned that number, Josh Dix, 1.5 made threes, higher or lower. He went lower, just one last night. Sad for you, but you get another opportunity today. So check it out. Download the app using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present. Nebraska terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms_DFS_.html for details. You can serve with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
All right, get an opinion. Based on your opinion, Josh.
Oh, yeah, please.
Stop hating on people's fun. The Northern Lights were a nice collective distraction from the absolute hellscape of a society we usually are overwhelmed by on a daily basis. This is not the same as people posting the fireworks show every year. This is extremely rare. Maybe it's just me, but I actually love seeing people's different photos of the aurora. Also, I would not have known it was happening unless my wife's friend had posted a pic on her Instagram. But to be fair, you would have found out from several others, but glad that your wife's friend was the first person to know.
Ja'Cory Barney out here talking. It would have been Aurora.
Wasn't me. Couldn't be me, though. I already got a girl.
All right, that's
Josh.
That's a fine point.
Also, we got a bunch of texts on where people were on August 14th, 2022.
Okay, that's fun.
August 14th, 2022, I was at the horse track and bet a horse named Ellie Arrowway. I guess I needed to remember that.
See, you don't know why half this crap's in your phone.
And then Black Cat says, I was at Keg Creek Brewing in Glenwood on August 14th, 2022. God. Yeah. August 14th, 2022. And then Josh did a picture of Yankee Stadium that he's saying he took, but he didn't take that picture.
I just tweeted.
I took that picture that I took from that plane.
Can't believe I got to experience the splendor of Yankee Stadium last night. It was on my phone, but I'm told this counts just the same.
Well,
don't ruin my fun, Connor.
That is true. I guess do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
That's how we got in trouble in the first place.
All right. Big Ten power rankings with tiers. Like I said, I don't think you guys care about the rankings anymore. Would you like to hear an update?
Well, generally, I know who's good and who's bad, but
here's what I did this week.
All right.
I made the first. Remember how the first three teams were in their own tier basically the entire year? Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon. It's been that way for the last month.
Yeah.
I just removed the tier mark and I put it down 2 spots lower, and I put USC and Michigan in the first tier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mostly because I think we're probably overshooting how Ohio State and Indiana are not unbeatable. They just happen to be unbeaten.
I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of the Big is only getting 3 teams in.
Maybe. Yeah, right. Maybe. It might get 4. There's a lot to sort out with those two.
I hope
teams.
they do.
I'll think about that in a second.
Okay.
But I'm putting USC and Michigan in the first one. Mostly because I don't think it would look like a complete disaster if either of those last 2 teams went up against either of the first 3. So we're spreading out the first tier. It is the largest it's ever been. 5. Second tier is led off by Iowa. Then it's Nebraska, Illinois, Washington, Minnesota. Penn State gets out of the dumpster tier.
Whoa.
And Northwestern. And then back into the dumpster tier, UCLA. Sadly, still Rutgers, who won this past weekend against Maryland, who's sinking fast. Purdue, Wisconsin gets out of the bottom of the cellar in way for Michigan State, the poopiest of the poop. So that makes Michigan State now makes the, let's see, 1, 2, it makes the 4th different team to be ranked exactly last in the Big Ten power rankings with tiers this year. And none of them,
didn't think it'd go that way.
None of them are Purdue. Purdue has not been ranked last yet.
I'm curious what they think about
credit.
it.
We give them credit every single week, and I'm not going to stop now.
They just keep doing okay. They're not a disaster.
Do they think that this has been a smashing success like we do?
I don't think it's a smashing success because they don't have like any wins to really say anything about, but they have. I've seen disastrous situations go a lot more disastrous. That's all. So nice job, Purdue.
Could be worse.
Just keep hanging right in there. All right, so here's why we're really doing this. Here's what happened last week in the Big Ten. Here's what's coming up this week and what we have on TV. I want to talk about that a little bit as well. So USC beats Northwestern 38-17 at home. Ohio State goes to Purdue and wins. Indiana goes to Penn State and wins. Oregon goes to Iowa and wins. We have not talked about what Wisconsin did, which was win against Washington and eliminate them from the playoff. How about that? We haven't given that any run this week. But congratulations. Nice job, Wisconsin, and shame on you, Washington. Rutgers beat Maryland 35-20, and Nebraska beat UCLA 28-21, which sets up this week in the Big Ten. Of course, we are Nebraska-less this week. We are also Rutger-less this week. No Rutger to be known. We have 4 main TV games this week in the Big Ten because we have a Friday night. And I don't know what, like, how is this not a Timmy B? How's this not a Timmy B Devin Gardner game? What happened? I don't know. But Minnesota, Oregon is Benetti and RG3. How did we get 3 Timmy B and Devin Gardner games and no Benetti games? This is absolute trash. Nebraska got hosed.
Well, I'm trying to think of when Benetti became the Friday guy. It was at some point mid-season.
It's probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. After the Tigers left.
Yeah, I assume that's because Benetti became available, not because.
But Nebraska's had 2 Brando games since then.
Yeah.
They had a Brando game on a Friday night, and they had a Brando game this last weekend, and they had a Brando game against Michigan State. And we got 0 Benetti games. This sucks.
I want Benetti.
At the same time, RG3 sucks too. So
I'll handle his goofy if I get the.
If you got one guy who's the straight guy, then yeah, it makes it a little bit more digestible. No doubt about it. You're right. 100%. But Minnesota and Oregon gets Benetti and RG3 this week. Michigan Northwestern gets Big Noon at Wrigley. Northwestern looking for bowl eligibility.
Oh, we got something for that.
Oh, yeah, we do. Of course.
Holy Chicago! Touchdown! Wow! Wow! Warren looking, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Unbelievable! Wow, Jack Sawyer, the hero. Captain Jack! Wow!
Very quickly, if I may interject, what do we think of Joe Tess?
Too screaming.
He's straight into the. I'm going to be the young Gus Johnson. I'm going to take over.
Why? What is this run on people doing this?
I don't know. Because you stand
yeah,
out, right?
You go viral on TikTok. I mean, that's what that dude Eric Collins does.
Yeah.
Did you see what Eric Collins had one the other night where it was it was like a shot. It just totally non-crucial point of the game. Like we're basically in transition. It was the second quarter or something like that. And the dude shoots like a wide open left wing 3, like he's just stepped into. It's classic NBA stuff. Like there's no energy, there's no emotion. It's just guys shooting basketballs. And he shot it, and it was a brick, and it got kind of it didn't quite wedgy, but it almost got wedged in between the backboard and the rim, and then it dropped to the floor. So it looked really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened, and Eric Collins just goes, "Ah!" And that was his call. Like he was scared of it. Wow! You got to see this. It's I don't want it to be funny, but it kind of is.
Oh.
It kind of is. But I don't know. This whole run on people yelling has been quite something. So they get Big Noon, Michigan Northwestern. CBS, Big Time, Nestler, Danielson, Penn State, Michigan State. Those teams are a combined 6-12 and 0-12 in the Big Ten.
Yikes. Hey, somebody's going to get a dub, though.
Somebody's going to get a dub, and it's going to be Penn State. And UCLA Ohio State is the NBC game with Noah Eagle and Todd Blackledge. That is in the shoe. So I wanted to draw your attention to these other situations that we have on top of the Benetti one. So Wisconsin and Indiana is an 11 a.m. BTN game. That is Jeff Levering and Jake Butt.
Classic.
That's pretty good. That's fine.
Classic 11 a.m. Big Ten game.
Iowa USC gets relegated to Big Ten Network because of the Big Ten Network laws. 2:30. It'll be called by Rhett Lewis.
I'm not familiar with your game.
And Yogi Roth.
That's a funny name.
Yogi's done a Nebraska game before. I know that. And I think he's like a West Coast based guy. I don't know what Rhett Lewis is. Maryland, Illinois will be 2:30 FS1. And that'll be called by Noah Reed and Robert Smith. I didn't know that that was happening. And Purdue and Washington will go 6 o'clock on FS1. It will be called by the color analyst will be Spencer Tillman, and the play-by-play man is Dan Helly.
Helly, yeah.
Dan Helly.
Who are these people?
I haven't heard of half of these people. Maybe more. It just adds to the thing, man. Like
Don Helly does UFC.
Dan Helly. Dan Helly. That he does USC. That's what he does. Check out Rhett Lewis. What does he do?
It's almost like they're like, well, you don't have UFC to do anymore. You can work some college football games.
I guess so.
Rhett Lewis. Oh, this looks like an anchor. Just an anchor man. Previously the host of NFL Network's NFL AM.
All right, cool. What about Noah Reed? Noah Reed, play-by-play. 2:30 FS1 Maryland.
Oh, yeah, gotta go play-by-play. There's a Canadian musician by that name.
That makes sense.
Play-by-play. Oh, I was also spelling it wrong. I got his LinkedIn profile.
Okay, what's it say he does? Adam, make a connection.
Ball State University. Shake Shack enthusiast.
Okay, he's an enthusiast of something. Dear Lord.
I forgot.
God.
Did you hate that?
You put you're an enthusiast of something. Just that's a millennial if I've ever seen one. How old is he?
I believe he was maybe a little younger than me. Maybe
at least he's a millennial, not a Gen Z.
I have Tim Brando's assignment.
Whoa. What Big 12 game is he on this week?
He is doing Scott Frost at Texas Tech.
Whoa. Bloodbath.
2:30, Big Fox.
Whoa. That's a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Sam writes in on Twitter.
Hi, Sam.
John Bishop is good because when things get insane, he gets slightly deranged, but also stays in the same octave. That is true. I don't know how his voice does it from time to time. I had the great pleasure of listening to hours and hours and hours of John Bishop last night, and he got a little angry from time to time. The refs.
I've seen that some drops exist. I have not heard them.
Are we playing them? Because he's not on the show today. He's coming in, but he's not doing the show. He's gonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he's like just arriving now. I think. So I mean, we could play him.
We could. Yeah, I could dig him up.
We could theoretically. Play them.
All
right, so get those, and we'll try. We'll see what he's had to offer us in the next segment here, because I don't know that they'll see the light of day otherwise. And we got a couple minutes, but first, so you mentioned Texas Tech.
I did.
Hey, let me ask you this: what happens if Texas Tech wins the national championship? Just a very broad question.
What happened when the Dodgers went and bought 2 titles?
What did happen?
Everyone went, man, I wish we could do that, and then didn't do that, even though they could do that if they wanted to.
You're probably right. That's probably the more applicable answer to this question, because I was sort of thinking, well, maybe everybody's going to go and really try to connect with the community and find their local billionaire. that they could get to basically bankroll their entire football program. But I actually think that your answer is more likely.
I mean,
are we ready for Texas Tech to be like a blue blood of college football?
No,
because that's happening. Like they actually legit have a chance to win a national championship right now.
This year.
Yeah. And it would be an absurd title given the history of the sport where only 15 teams have basically won a national championship throughout the history of time. And you have to sort of be in that club. And I can tell you, and everybody, all Nebraska fans know this from being surrounded by Texas Tech in the Big 12 days. Texas Tech, them, her,
now,
as they say, her.
I guess I will amend my earlier opinion. Texas and Texas A&M, and maybe TCU, are they gonna get triggered? They're gonna get super triggered, and they might find the billionaire to say yes, just by saying
there'll be some
Texas
guy.
Tech.
There'll be some guy, some tech startup guy in Austin who's like, not tech startup guy because you need to have more money than that, but like
Matthew McConaughey.
There'll be some guy in Austin who's like, we cannot have that.
Not to Texas Tech.
not in Texas Tech. Yeah. And not Texas A&M either while we're at it. Not any of the other schools in Texas. So that thought sort of crept in my head as I saw the playoff rankings last night. I thought, oh yeah, they could win. They could win. The other thing with the playoff rankings, side note, I really wish that I could get, because I always see the reaction pieces to the college football playoff rankings, and it's like, here's who should be mad about this. And so first of all, I don't get the sense that anybody's actually mad about the playoff rankings right now. You see coaches from time to time say, I don't understand how they're not higher. I don't understand, whatever. Like Lane Kiffin has been popping off over the last couple of days about, what more could Texas A&M do? Like, take that with a grain of salt. All that is to say, I really wish that I could get fired up about the college football playoff rankings. I was thinking about building a segment today where I compare all the 2-loss Power 5 teams and like do a blind resume type of thing, like the NCAA tournament, and just see how it would turn out.
That's always fun.
I was thinking about building that segment today, and then I thought, yes, number one, it would be fun just to see where we would each sort of rank them. And then I thought, okay, who are we including in this conversation? Number one, this is going to be too much work. Number two, none of these teams, hardly any. I mean, this is going to be cut into a quarter once we actually get to the time where we have to select teams. So the 2-loss Power 5 teams are as such. Notre Dame is the top one. Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, Vanderbilt, Miami, and then you have Georgia Tech down there too, who's a 1-loss team. USC, Michigan, Virginia, Louisville, Iowa, and then Iowa's a 3-loss team. And then there's the 2-loss Big 12 team, Cincinnati, who's still in the rankings because they still have an outside chance to win the Big 12 championship, but it doesn't actually matter where they're ranked. South Florida is a 2-loss team. They're going to be the very likely Group of 5 representative this year, or at least that's how it stands at the moment. When we get down to actually picking who the 12 teams are in the playoff, and after we, eliminate all of our conference champions and then our obvious at-larges, our 1-loss Power 5 teams, plus the Group of 5, we're going to be dealing with about probably 2 spots, probably 3 spots, and we'll be working with a field of like 3 or 4. So I don't know how many teams I just mentioned to you, like probably 12 or so that were 2-loss Power 5 teams. There's going to be like 3 that have that qualification when it gets to it. So I thought I could either build this segment and it wastes 10 minutes, or I could talk about how much of a waste of time it is and it still wastes 10 minutes. And that's what I decided with. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time to get mad about it right now. I had the same take last year at this time. It is a waste of time to get angry about it right now.
Still a little early.
No doubt about it. So all those teams are going to be cut out by the time we actually get to the point where we have to make these selections. Let's take a break. We'll be back. We can take your phone calls if you'd like. Also, we can listen to John Bishop coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Jaguars host the Los Angeles Chargers with a fully plugged-in Justin Herbert tossing it into the end zone. Then it's off to Hollywood as Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks fly to Los Angeles to square off against Devontae, Puka, and the Rams. It's the Chargers at the Jaguars, then the Seahawks at the Rams. This Sunday on Sports USA.
If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Boys Town Ear, Nose, and Throat Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7.
Warming up nicely here on your Wednesday afternoon, an eventual high temperature in the lower 60s. We do have a good amount of sunshine for the early afternoon. The later afternoon will bring partly cloudy skies. That will extend into the evening, and eventually overnight our temperatures dropping into the mid and lower 40s out there. But for your Thursday afternoon, another warm day, high temperatures, mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV News Watch 7.
More with Connor and Josh after this.
We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man.
On 1620, The Zone.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
John Higgins Weather Guard, Omaha's roofing, gutter, and siding company.
With WeatherGuard and the Higgins family, you don't just get a company, you get a family who is connected to Omaha, invested in Omaha, gives back to Omaha. And so you see that pride of ownership, not just in their company and the work that they do, but their pride and ownership in the community.
John Higgins Weather Guard, the home of the roofery. Make the right call.
Don't miss this week's Zone Deal.
This week's half-off deal is to Backlot Pizza and Kitchen. Get $50 in gift certificates for only $25. Backlot Pizza and Kitchen in Elkhorn is a must-visit for anyone craving a unique dining experience. Backlot Pizza and Kitchen, 204th and Q next to ACX Cinema 12+.
Zone deals go fast. 9 a.m. Friday, 1620thezone.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Listen to the Woodhouse Cadillac Blue Jays shoot-around and overtime shows. The Creighton men's basketball pregame and postgame shows on 1620 The Zone. The Woodhouse Cadillac Blue Jays shoot-around and overtime shows also presented by Union Bank and Trust, Children's Nebraska, and Sedoro Law. Hear the breakdown about your top-ranked Creighton men's basketball team before and after each game. Exclusively on your home for the Creighton Blue Jays. 1620 The Zone. The 1620 The Zone mobile app and 1620thezone.com.
All right, as promised, I know everyone, especially all the Creighton fans out there, are just dying to relive last night. What a magical night it was for Creighton basketball. Maybe if you're a Husker fan and you have a certain disdain toward the Blue Jays, you'll enjoy this segment, or at least the next couple minutes.
Good spin.
Let's catch a couple of the highlights from last night. from our own John Bishop, who is live in Spokane.
People in the YouTube chat, give me like a thumbs up that we're working here. I believe I have everything set
You
up,
got
but I
the
want to make
buttons
sure
pressed?
everyone experiences it at all here.
All right, let's hear it.
Right.
Just give me whatever you got. You know,
Normally jump stop in the paint, tries to drop it down low, loose on the floor. Green got the steal, taken away by CU. Into the front court, Graves. A little out of control is Nick. Into the corner, Dix for three, off no good. Rebound Gonzaga. Now they've got numbers. Miller going down the floor. He'll get the easy layup. Oh, and he pushed him. Oh, come on. Miller just shoved him with two hands. What the hell are you watching? 34-30 Gonzaga. Dix, front court. Dix off a screen. Dix weaving his way downhill. And they're going to call an offensive foul. You missed one right here, pal. Right over here, Miller shoving down one of the Jays. I think it was Graves after the made bucket.
Incredible. I got a lot more.
I know you do. You didn't get an appreciation for how close he appeared to be to the students last night. Because he was talking about after the game, it was like, or as the game became out of hand late, he was like, I hope they have a structural engineer on site here to where they can just make sure the bleachers are good to go before every single game, because they are just hammering those suckers. And you can really hear it when you put headphones on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Travis says,
hi, Travis.
I don't think you can blame that belt to ass on the officiating. No, you cannot.
That's right.
No, you cannot. But it can be a good descriptor of the game.
Dix outside, and the ball is deflected. Oh, no, John. No, that was deflected by Smith. No, it was right in front of you. They're going to talk it over right in front of the Creighton bench. That ball was deflected as clear as day.
Nice.
Where's the one?
Just give me one more.
All right.
Just give me whatever you think is the best.
Okay, I'll do this one.
You can't have possession and be out of bounds and not say there wasn't a change of possession. That's common sense, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't me talking opinion. That's common sense.
So last night when I was listening to the game and not watching it, I thought that John said, that ain't me talking a pigeon. And I thought,
you thought it was a Dan Ratherism? Just
well, I did, because John says stuff
America.
sometimes, and I don't know what he's talking about. Like Mother McCree.
Wow!
I don't know what he's ever, like. So I just figured it was a classic John is mad-ism, right? But it turns out on a second listen, he did not say talking a pigeon. He said talking opinion.
Wow!
There you go.
Good night. It was a good night.
Sam writes in.
Not really.
To be clear, I love this, but do we think John gets teed up before he retires?
Oh.
I don't think he would ever.
He would feel horrible if he did.
I don't think he would ever do anything to endanger a penalty on the basketball team. No. Because I think before the radio guy gets a tee, you probably have to warn the radio guy that he's very close to getting a tee. And at that point, I think he probably tones it down. But it's a great question. I hope he does it for his own sake, because like you said, Josh, he would feel horrible about it. Dan writes in, you need to rename your segment "What to Watch Tonight" to "What the hell are you watching?"
Oh,
now there you go. Can you make an open out of that? What the hell are you watching?
What? Which clip?
I don't know. We might have to just play them all over again.
Okay.
No! It was right in front of you.
Yeah.
They're going to talk it over right in front of the Creighton bench. That ball was deflected as clear as day. And they're going to call an offensive foul. You missed one right here, pal. Right over here, Miller shoving down one of the Jays. I think it was Graves after the made bucket. Oh, come on. Miller just shoved him with two hands. What the hell are you watching?
There we go.
What the hell are you watching?
Hey, Josh, what the hell are you watching?
What the hell are you watching?
Tonight on television.
That's right. That's how we'll intro it. He'll set me up.
Good idea. Good bit. John texts in.
John?
When is Creighton going to get a homer to do their play-by-play?
Just too neutral.
I've been saying this. All right, let's take a quick call here. We have John on the Prairie Flower Casino.
John Bishop?
Hotline. I don't know. Hi, John.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Not a humble brag here. Just had a chance to go to the game last night, and I heard you playing John's calls and talking about the student section. I just wanted to chime in. I mean, that was certainly a bucket list environment, and it was really cool to see how dialed they are, their student section. I think Creighton's student section's gotten a lot better over the years, but that's next level stuff there that they do.
I read it as and John, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. And nice. We'll hopefully see you at plenty of games this year. Maybe I'll see you in Vegas or something like that. But I was thinking that last night. I just don't think you can repeat that like you can't take them and use them as an example. It's so ingrained in the DNA and the culture. It's very I saw people saying last night, like, and I think they meant it as a diss, but it probably, I don't know. To me, I think it was a cool environment. They said it was kind of like high school-y, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, the kids were jumping. The chants were bad. I mean, the chants were horrible. They were chanting overrated.
Oh, yeah.
They were chanting like, see you later. I'm like, okay, guys, I don't even know if it was that funny because that would have had a double connotation. I don't even think it was that good.
Let's play football.
Yeah, they were saying stupid stuff. But the environment, the fact that the students are all jumping around and stuff like that is a cool. It's a really, really unique thing. And there's no way you'd be able to do anything like that at Creighton just because it's not a high school environment. It's not a small gym.
The arena's too big.
It's the people, it's the crowd. Like, so like that for whatever reason just fits that crowd, and it just works perfectly. It's only a 6,000 seat building, and they jam that sucker.
Yeah.
Now, if Creighton had a 6,000 seat building, then it would change in a hurry, in a flash. It would get very loud, very rowdy, very jumpy, stuff like that. But
because it'd be 6,000 Platt Cats and Otreks in there.
Exactly. So that would be a lot of fun, but is it cooler? Is it more unique than what Creighton has? Definitely. But is it cooler when Creighton's really rocking it 17,000? Like it's pretty good.
It's a pretty loud house.
It's pretty good. That's for sure.
They hit a corner,
but it ain't rocking every night. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Some people are trying to make sure we have a great night every night.
Some people are judicious with their cheering.
Some people are. Let's take a break. We'll have What the Hell Are You Watching tonight. Right, Josh?
What the hell are you watching?
Tonight, and the polls after this on 1620 The Zone. But first, yes, we got Underdog, fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties. They're back. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in Nebraska, and it's very easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. You get those picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Think about that, and think about all the options that you might have on any given night in basketball. They are quite literally limitless. Download the app today and use promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Omaha's most listened to all sports radio station. Again and again and again. 1620 The Zone.
Have you been injured in an accident? You shouldn't have to fight with insurance companies or deal with medical bills alone. You need an experienced injury lawyer who'll protect your rights while you focus on healing. At Chandler Conway, our team understands the legal process and will handle your case with dedication. Our goal is simple: to secure the compensation you deserve. Call us today or visit chandlerconway.com for a free consultation. Don't face this challenge alone. Let us support you every step of the way.
The Zone Hotline is powered by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Deciding on a college with your high school senior can be a little overwhelming for parents. But applying for money to pay for it is simple. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is now easier than ever with fewer questions and faster fill-out times. If you have a high school senior, now is the time to apply for thousands of dollars for classes, books, and housing. Get started, Nebraska, at dothefafsa.org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ranch and Farm Auctions will sell 51.37 acres of Mills County farmland in 2 tracts on Thursday, November 21st at 10 a.m. at the Bloom Senior Center, 25 North Vine Street in Glenwood, Iowa. This is an exceptional opportunity for producers, investors, and developers with high-quality farmland and acreage building sites. Bid live or online at ranchandfarmauctions.com or contact agents Kyle Karcher and Garrett Armstrong at 712-308-2444. Don't miss the Mills County Land Auction, November 21st at 10 a.m.
Josh asked the question right before we came back, what is Sports Center anymore? And it reminded me that I saw that one guy tell the other guy that he was going to be the best man in his wedding or something.
Be my groomsman.
And then I saw that clip and I said, who are these people? And
I'm not so concerned about who are these people.
Someone told me that they were Sports Center hosts, and I said, what?
I've long come to terms with, I don't know who anchors Sports Center anymore.
No.
I'm okay with that.
No.
Show the highlights. You know, I understand there's some debate topics that you do now on Sports Center. I get that.
Sure.
Why are there so many lacrosse players on Sports Center in the middle of the day?
Are there?
Yeah, they're always interviewing a lacrosse player because I'm guessing ESPN has a financial stake in a lacrosse league. But boy, it's
yikes.
It's not the Sports Center I know and love.
ESPN sucks.
Whoa!
I think we'll learn that.
Love my Disney overlords.
Our ESPN is the Sports Center product. It's not what it used to be.
That's right. Many are saying.
Exactly. Do you fill your water cup with soda sometimes?
I've done it.
I don't. I don't anymore.
Not regularly.
And I don't really get water cups. I either buy a drink or don't.
Oh, okay. It's like just raw dogging it?
60% say no. Were you sweaty in middle school? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, only 65% say yes.
Oh, liars.
Have you ever tried a new deodorant that didn't take?
Severe responded.
What did he say?
Mando.
72% say yes. Wow, that's our highest spread of the day so far.
We've all been there.
Does the Pope know about Allison Brie?
I just don't know what he'd know her from.
Community?
Yeah, but I mean, was the Pope watching
the Pope
Community?
watched Community.
Certainly didn't watch the season on Yahoo.
58% say no. Big seasoning be scamming us?
Yes.
Yeah.
100% yes.
73% say yes. Is Pittsburgh just East Coast Anaheim? I don't think so.
Maybe it is.
58% say yes, though. And those are the polls. Josh, what the hell are we watching tonight?
What the hell are you watching?
Well, we're watching college football. Another dose of Maction. God, we love Maction, don't we, folks?
We do. I
Buffalo.
love it when it's on.
Buffalo Central, Michigan, 6 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. At same time on ESPNU, Northern Illinois takes on UMass. UMass trying to get their first win of the season. Hope they can do it. And then at that same time, 6 o'clock on ESPN2, it's Toledo and Miami of Ohio.
Cool.
NBA doubleheader. One Matt McMaster taking note of the early game on ESPN, 6 o'clock tip-off. The Orlando Magic are at Madison Square Garden.
Orlando Magic. Yeah, he's going to watch Paolo Banchero.
Yeah. Lakers Thunder, 8:30 on ESPN tonight. A little college basketball. Not a great slate, but there are a few standouts. How about Milwaukee at Indiana, 6 o'clock, FS1? Would you like to watch D-Rock? Oakland, number 1 Houston. Would you like to watch the number 1 team in the country play basketball? 7 o'clock, ESPN Plus. And then at 8:30 on Peacock, Oregon hosts San Diego State. The women are playing as well tonight.
Women.
Would you like to watch the number 1 team in the country play basketball? You can do it on True TV at 6:30. Number 1 UConn hosts Loyola Chicago. You don't want to watch
You do not want to watch that. I have something else in women's basketball that you could watch, though.
We'll get there. Omaha's at Utah Tech tonight, 8 o'clock tip out west. You can watch it on ESPN Plus, but I mean it's on 1180. You can just listen to it. It's better. And then I'm hearing it's Creighton at Nebraska, 8 o'clock tip off on FS1, as God intended. Connor Happer will be there,
and you should be able to hear that on our family of networks somewhere.
That's right. I believe that will be on 1290.
There you go, Glenn.
That's right.
G Daddy Funk will be on the call.
Go get him
from Lincoln. Late night, Josh. I'll be arriving home after 11 p.m. this evening, but at least I won't be on Pacific Coast time.
Do I need to jot some topics down on the sheet?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
NHL doubleheader on TBS, Rangers Lightning at 6, and the Chicago Blackhawks host a team from New Jersey known as the Devils.
Watch out what I'm doing now.
Thank you. 8:30 puck drop there. And on Disney Plus, the sequel to the 2003 classic, Freakier Friday, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and a resurrected Lindsay Lohan.
She's back.
She's back.
That's great.
She landed that Verizon commercial. She's in the Freaky Fridays.
Josh, thank you for telling me what the hell I'm watching tonight.
What the hell are you watching?
Tonight. That's it for us today. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover's coming up next.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Car repair is car repair. Most places you go can change your oil or fix your brakes. The difference is the experience you'll get at Omaha Car Care. We're part of the community. We were born here, and we believe that our relationship with you should be built to last. We're going to consult you, not sell you. We're going to give you a free loaner car. We're going to treat you like a valued friend that we want to continue to see in the years to come. I'm Rick Betker, owner of Omaha Car Care, and we'll be along for the ride.
Planning something fun for your office, family, or friends? Joe's Karting is for you. Take a break. Come to Joe's to race, relax, and recharge. Great for team building. Ditch the speaker and burn some rubber. Trust us, Joe says you'll leave motivated. Joe's Karting race packages range from providing simple stress relief races to the real deal race experience. Check us out at joeskarting.com. Remember, go to Joe's, your place to race.
For game-changing pizza, head to Backlot Pizza and Kitchen in Elkhorn for Detroit-style pizza, smash burgers, and shareables. Have old-fashioned cocktails and unbeatable happy hour deals. Enjoy a gorgeous patio and Sunday brunch where kids eat free. Backlot Pizza and Kitchen, where great food and good times meet.
At Baxter Subaru Omaha, we've changed the car buying process to better serve our guests. Experience no handoffs, no hassles, and no hidden fees now. And shop our great selection of Subaru models available at BaxterSubaruOmaha.com.
The key to preserving your concrete is staying ahead of problems before they start. Without proper protection, even new concrete can crack, sink, and deteriorate. Everlevel Concrete Repair offers preventative maintenance to protect your driveways, sidewalks, or any concrete surface. Proactively staying ahead of these issues can save you from replacing your concrete altogether. Preserve your concrete for the long haul. Call Everlevel Concrete Repair or visit everlevelconcrete.com today to schedule your free inspection.
Host is roasting every morning. Host is roasting every day.
At Host Coffee, every cup of coffee served comes with a promise of quality, innovation, and a dash of fun, ensuring your workday is as delightful as your coffee break. Call Host Coffee today.
Proudly serving Nebraska since 1972. Host Coffee is always roasting something good for you.
When I was facing cancer, the treatment I needed wasn't available where I lived, but we found a home away from home for free with the American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge. Our American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge brings people closer to their cancer treatment. And you can learn more or donate by calling 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Get a full breakdown of what went right and what went wrong immediately after every Nebraska game with Big Red Overreaction. Presented by No Name Nutrition and Equitable Bank. Also brought to you by Prairie Flower Casino, Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, and by Peerless Energy Systems. Immediately after the game, join the show and sound off with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Big Red Overreaction. When the clock strikes